Thursday night, I took out, Artie wasn't around, but I took out Robin, Fred and his wife Allison, Gary Baba Booey Delabate and his wife Mary, and Benji to dinner at a very fancy restaurant, Danielle.
Beautiful. Place I've always wanted to go to.
Oh, yeah, you missed a wonderful meal.
I'm sure it's amazing.
We had a wonderful meal, but I have to say, Robin, Jesus. So anyway, we're having dinner.
What did I do?
I'm gonna give it to you a little bit.
It was a tease.
No, well, I will comment on the entire dinner, and we had a great night. Don't let this
Raspberry on you.
Yeah, but anyway, so we go to dinner. And
you're not going to comment on Robin.
Well, Benji, I got plenty to say. But you're taking top billing this today.
I can't even imagine.
What did I do, Fred?
I'm going to tell you.
I'm going to guess it's about your veganism somehow.
The only thing
I told her I want. Let me just tell the story. I really wanted her to drop the veganism for the night, but she wouldn't do it. She's very into it. Anyway, we had a great time. So, Robin is a wine expert.
Right.
And I said to her, listen, Robin, I'm going to give you the wine menu. Pick out a wine for us to drink. And Robin picked out a beautiful wine. They served it. It was delicious. And the waiter comes over to me, would you like to continue with this wine? I said, sure. If Robin picked it, that's what she wants. That's what we'll have.
Well, that's why I sent him over to you. I said, you ask Mr. Stern if he wants to continue
Yeah, sure.
with this.
I mean, absolutely. It was delicious. So we're getting toward the end of the meal. The waiter comes over, and he hands everybody at the table an envelope. I open up the envelope, and it's the actual label to the bottle of wine to show you what you have. I've been to Danielle a couple of times. They never do that. I said, uh-oh. What the fuck is going on here? Why are they giving me maybe because they know this is my crew and this is important to me. Well, the bill comes. Gary was looking over my shoulder. He just told me this. He didn't say anything to me that night.
Uh-oh.
Robin ordered a wine. Now, Robin, let me explain something to you. Because sometimes, I don't know where you grew up, but actually I did.
Here we go. You know where I grew up.
When someone says to you, order a bottle of wine, listen to me. So you know this for the future. I'm all right with it. I'm fine with it.
I know what you're going to say.
You say to yourself, okay, what am I going to order here? I have never ordered.
Let me tell you about the wine list. Now, he didn't look at the wine list.
I've been there a million times. I know the wine list.
There were bottles of wine there that were $1,200.
All right. Were there bottles that are $100 or $200?
I was looking in the French section, so I don't know.
Okay. So listen to this. Listen to this. I get the bill.
Yeah.
It took my breath away.
I was ordering one bottle of wine. He kept them coming.
Listen. So wait, let me finish. Let me finish because I'm going to teach you something. I know you know everything, but let me teach you one thing if I can, and this will stick with you, even if you fight me on the air about it. So I get the bill, and now I went like this. like my breath.
No, you did not.
Yeah, I went like this.
I was there.
I did. Gary saw it.
You must have had. You must have needed a burp or something.
And Beth made a comment. She even joked about that the first time they went out, Howard looks at the bill and he makes that face, but except this time he wasn't kidding.
Let me tell you. So I had to add it up. Each bottle of wine was $800.
7.
No, I guess taxes.
How many did you have?
Well, 3 bottles. And this shithead Benji, they serve him wine.
What happened?
He doesn't even drink it.
Yeah.
You know what they do? They give everybody wine. If you're not going to drink wine, don't ask for wine. In other words, say to the waiter, Benji, I don't drink.
You got to be specific with that, too, because they'll keep it coming.
That's a good point.
You don't know. First of all, your manners are ridiculous, but I'm going to tell you about Benji. Robin's in trouble, but you're in real big trouble. So anyway,
it was good wine.
Let me ask you this.
When you are invited to, I remember a story. Tom Chiasano took a client out to a lunch or a dinner and said, order a bottle of wine. Right. The client ordered a $600 bottle of wine. He came back. He goes, that motherfucker. If I wasn't paying for it, you think he'd ever order a $600 bottle of wine? Now, I've never ordered an $800 bottle of wine in my life.
It must have been good.
Well, I would say to you, if I was doing that, I would have ordered that wine.
You are insane.
Okay.
You're a high roller.
It's one night.
Wow.
Now,
not every night.
Let me ask you something.
The wine bill alone was over $2,400.
Oh, man. Wow.
I didn't tell them to keep bringing it.
listen, I said to myself, Robin knows. I figure you know. Robin will go order a $200 bottle of wine.
You should have ordered yourself. Don't ever ask me to order.
Oh, did I learn my lesson with you?
What I would do.
Oh, my God. Wow. And I even said it to Beth. I said, Robin would have ordered that if we were out to dinner.
I would have.
I said, but
I've done it before for you.
I said, she's filing for bankruptcy next week.
Now, let me ask you something. The waiter at a place like that.
The waiter... Because the waiter comes over to me, and I should have figured it out. He said to me, do you want to continue with the wine? But they always ask you that. I said, sure. I said, whatever Robin ordered.
But a waiter at a place like that, he knows you're a regular, this guy?
Yeah.
Have you seen him before? Do you think it's proper for him to say to you, sir, this is more...
No, it would be embarrassing.
It's embarrassing, right? So
he heard me say to Robin, order the wine.
Right.
Robin should look out for me, but she didn't.
So when he came over and said, should I bring that again? He came over to me. I said, you have to discuss that with Mr. Stern.
But he didn't discuss it with me. You should have said, Howard, it's $800 a bottle.
Oh, but that's interesting. I mean, but Robin did say that probably
Robin's
in wanting the guy to say, no, but...
I wanted him to...
I was all right with it.
That's the reason I sent him over there.
Right. I didn't obsess on it all week, and I said to Beth, listen, Robin's a high roller.
Oh, here we go.
What are you saying, Fred?
Do you think...
I'm flabbergasted. I don't think I've ever had a $700 bottle.
No, this was $800.
$800.
Well, that must have been tax.
I knew things were a little pricey because I ordered a scotch there before you guys got there. And
Trust me, the scotch was fine.
And no, but the scotch is a little pricier in that joint than they are in a lot of other places.
The whole meal without the wine would have run me about $1,200 or something.
For that amount of people, that's
actually pretty good in Manhattan.
That's reasonable.
But the $2,400, Robin jacked it up too.
I'll pay you for the wine.
No.
I will.
Here's the question I have.
Look, all I can say is that
Gary, am I right?
No, here's the question I have.
Wine,
I know Robin said that when the guy came back, she said, you have to ask Mr. Stern. But if Mr. Stern doesn't know what the bottle costs, of course he would say keep it coming because he thinks it's reasonable.
But there's an indication there when I send him over. Look, you better take a look at this.
I was at the table, and I missed the signals you two had, the indication.
I didn't have any signal.
The signal is, look, you're paying this bill. You ought to know what you're doing.
But how would he know? How would he know what the price is?
Because when the guy says that, he ought to say, well, let me look.
And as Gary points out, Robin's off on that one. When you're
like I said, I'll give you a check for $2,400.
No, I wouldn't cash it.
I will send it to you some other way then. I want to hear about you in this wine. It's what I would do.
Well, I have to say, I'll just say this in the interest of peace here.
How about the signal being, hey, Howard, it's $800 a bottle?
She should say, hey, Howard, it's $800 a bottle. Can I order another one?
Gauche it is for the waiter to say it, so I'm supposed to yell it across the table?
No, you whisper it to me. You see the smoke signal.
I'm not near you.
And by the way,
wow.
So Gary indicates that he did not drink any wine. If he had, he said he probably would have driven it up to 4 bottles.
I didn't. I said to the guy, he gave me a little bit, and I gave mine to Mary. If I was drinking wine the way I drink, we'd have been at 4 bottles, easy.
Right. Well, thank God Benji didn't drink the rest.
Wow.
Well, you two are very.
Any of that wine.
You two are very, very generous with each other. With each other, with gifts to each other, what you do for each other. So
Robin's right. She would actually. She would do that.
That is not something I wouldn't do if I was paying the bill.
Yeah, that's why I like going to dinner when you pay.
Thank you. And from now on, you'll never take me out to dinner.
All right. Don't punish me.
I will take you. I will never be taken by you again.
That's what I'm looking for.
I don't want to hear it. I don't even look at the price when I take you out. I pay.
Do you think Robin's crazy now?
I think that she's got a little bit of misplaced anger on this, and what she thinks about later today. No, you'll understand that.
Saying that when I go to a certain place, I like to have a certain kind of time, and I do.
But that's your dime.
George, let's go. You're on the air.
And it will be on my dime. That's what I'm saying from now on. I won't have to worry about it.
Now, Robin is very generous with me. But still, when you go out to dinner with a group of people, you kind of keep an eye on the price. You don't go $800 a bottle. You don't. You don't. I'm just telling you for the future.
You didn't go $800 a bottle. You just paid for dinner. I'm paying for the wine.
Yeah, I would never accept it.
I will give it to you, and you're going to take it.
You spend thousands of dollars on me.
I'm going to give it to you, and you're going to take it.
I'm just telling you for the future.
I'm going to give it to you, and you are
won't take it.
going to take it.
I get taken out to restaurants in Manhattan all the time.
Right.
And people, it's just not called for. It's way above and beyond. I've been to Danielle, Oreo, all the best restaurants, and it's just rude. And you take a medium-priced bottle of wine, maybe $200-300, but $800 is just way over the top, and doesn't show very many manners.
I don't care what you say. I'm paying for the wine. I'm adding to the dinner.
And paying for the wine while someone else is buying is rude as well.
Yes, that's even more rude. Now you really
bring this up is rude as well.
Well, we do a radio show. It was too good not to. I had to.
To bring this up is very rude.
It is.
You just don't take me out to dinner ever again, or ask me to buy a bottle of wine.
Don't be silly.
I think Robin might be catching some unnecessary shit here, but I think it's a lack of communication. I think what I would have done is maybe gone over to you and say, look, I know wine and how, maybe see, have a conversation.
Are you comfortable with this?
Look, we can have a great bottle. It's an $800 bottle of wine. We can enjoy one of them, and then maybe you choose another wine afterwards.
How are you comfortable with this and shown it to me?
Across the room from him.
I know,
and he puts me in this position.
I wouldn't do that across the room. I would say, look, we could experience this and then maybe go to something later.
Well, that's why I was trying to send the guy there to say, no, just tell him to pick another bottle of wine.
Just say for the future when you go out to dinner with other people, not me.
I wouldn't do that. I'm always taking everybody out anyway.
Yeah, me too. I always foot the bill. Now, Benji really is something else. So, first of all, thank you, George. Benji.
Thank you, shithead.
So Benji.
He probably takes nobody up for anything.
Well, he knows rudeness.
I say, Beth said, let's make the reservation for 7:30. I said, listen, my crew gets up early. I knew Robin was leaving the next day. You were going off to, I don't know where you were going. You were going flying for an enema. It's another thing.
Flying for an enema. And I wouldn't buy a $1,200 bottle of wine.
Right. So I said to Beth, let's make it for 7 o'clock because I said maybe Gary's staying in the city. I don't know what's going on.
When you live out of the city, that's tough to negotiate.
Yeah. So we make it for 7 o'clock. Robin, Fred, Gary, we're all there.
Right.
Basically 7 o'clock. Within 5 minutes of 7 o'clock. Who's not there? Benji.
And he lives in the city.
Now, Benji really. Benji knows I'm not looking for him anyway. You know what I'm saying, Robin?
Right,
I mean, he's getting in by the skin of his teeth into this group because he sits in the studio during the show. And I love Benji. Don't get me wrong. He's a good guy. But
he's been here a decade.
Right.
Or longer, actually.
Quite frankly, we've discussed this. Benji's there should be in the Sal Richard category. Except that Benji works in the studio with us. So therefore, he's part of that dinner. So I invite him, and no Benji. A half hour. Now, everyone was hungry. We were all starting to drink. And I said to the waiter, look, I don't know where this guy is. I don't know what he's doing.
Half an hour late?
Half an hour, Artie.
Benji, you know where you work, man.
I'm not even done. This is just the beginning, and I'm sure Robin and Fred can fill in the holes, and Gary as well. So I'm sitting there, and Robin knows I'm getting annoyed.
Right.
Because you know what? I'm only good for so many hours. When I'm drinking, it's like, I'm going to fall asleep.
And the waiters are standing around, and everybody's waiting for us to do something. We're waiting for Benji.
Yeah, so we're waiting and waiting. And finally I said, listen, let's get some stuff. Let's get some appetizers and things. And when this guy shows up, and now I'm down to calling him this guy. Like, I don't even know him. Because I'm so fucking mad. I even said to Robin, I said, what could he be doing?
What's holding him up?
This is an important function. I'm his, quote unquote boss.
Yeah.
It is.
It's a time to be impressive. At the very least, be on time.
It's a work thing.
Yeah, and he knows I hate that he's not prompt because even on the show he pulls the same bullshit.
Right.
So maybe he got a mental problem. I don't know. So he walks in, fat as ever, sits down, sweating profusely. Now, Artie, you've seen it up close every day, but I mean sweating.
Like he ran to the dinner in a suit.
And then he sits I was thinking Robin was going to sit next to Beth, but Robin sat down next to Fred. And
I
Benji.
didn't see the chair open next to Beth.
That one was for you.
Oh.
There was a whole discussion about where Robin will sit. But
when Benji showed up, I was like, oh, where's he going to sit? And then I saw this. He, sat there.
And without Benji, you could easily have leaned over and showed Howard the price of the wine.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Benji.
That's Benji's fault that this all happened. So Benji sits down.
There's a deflection.
Sweating profusely. where were you? And his answer was, Gary, what was his, Fred, do you know?
I know his exact answer.
Go ahead, Robin.
I started to get ready at 6:15, and I miscalculated.
Yeah. Now, the guy has to throw on a suit and come here. I mean,
yeah, who knows what getting ready is, but he didn't get ready until 6:15. Start to get ready until 6:15.
So like a chick, he shows up late, like I'm on a date with this guy. Then he shows up, and so the meal is delayed.
By 7:30 dinner?
7 o'clock dinner.
All right. 6:15.
He shows up 7:30. So he orders a dinner. Now this fucking guy is so fat. I mean, how much you weigh now, Benj?
About 235.
Okay, 235. Shows up. He's not going to order an appetizer. He's not hungry, he says. Now, I said, Benji.
He's making all kinds of hubbub.
Yeah, like a whole thing. I go, Benji, look at the size of you.
Stop lying that you don't eat.
Yeah, what do you mean you don't eat? What do you mean? What are you talking about? You're not going to have an appetizer. Do what everyone else is doing. Just fucking fit in. So he's carrying on. So
he calls attention to him.
So I told him, so he orders an appetizer. What'd you get, the tuna tartare?
Yeah.
Okay. I remember, I was more obsessed with, I don't know what I ate, but I know what this fuck ate. And he orders tuna tartare, which he barely touches. And by the way, the other time I took him to dinner was Nobu, and he wouldn't eat any fish. Okay, so
now he's ordering tuna tartare.
So now at the table, he orders fish, tuna tartare, and he orders a trout or something. I don't know what he ordered. A bass, some bullshit.
It was
and
a
the whole
choice of fish.
You know, and then all of a sudden he goes, I love fish. I love fish. I love it. And I'm remembering at Nobu, he didn't love fish. Now, this place has meat. This place has everything. They'll serve you a fucking duck and a pig and a chicken.
They'll serve you game.
They'll serve you anything you want. They'll kill a lion for you and cook it.
I love fish.
All right. You don't love fish. You don't eat fish. At Nobu, you wouldn't eat fish. That's the greatest fish place in the country.
That's not true. I ordered a fish at Nobu. I had salmon at Nobu.
Okay. All right. So he goes, I love fish. I love fish.
No, because you were yelling at me that I wasn't eating.
Wait.
I said, this is
so
great.
We start eating dinner. Everyone's done with dinner. Benji's whole plate of fish is still
there.
Completely there.
No.
So I go, Benji, what's the matter? Don't you like it? I love fish. I love fish. The waiter comes over, he says, can I clear the table? Benji goes, no, I'm still eating mine. Now,
Howard, can I just give you a timeline on that?
Yeah.
So, Artie, you've been at dinner with Howard. You know, Howard likes to move things along. So Howard claps his hands and says, let's order dessert, which is the signal to let's clear the table. Benji hasn't eaten anything yet. When the waiter comes, he says, can I take your plate? Benji's in the middle of the story. He goes, no, I'm going to wait. So now Howard's dying to move it along and have dessert, and Benji's talking and not eating.
Like Benji can't read a signal.
Howard, why is
Benji
he
cannot
not eating?
read. He can. Why is he not eating? He can't.
Howard.
He can't read the signal that everyone's exhausted.
Howard, I like you.
Yeah.
But I don't give that much of a fuck.
Yeah. Well, you know what though? Honestly, Benji,
nice
if you're going to get ahead in life, you got to read signals at a table.
No,
you're there with a bunch of coworkers, and you're sitting there. You're not eating. You never ate your fish. We waited 10 more.
Eating.
We waited 10 more minutes.
I didn't want to order an appetizer because I didn't.
Benji, we all were done, and then you said you told the waiter to hold off on desserts for 10 minutes.
I didn't tell him to hold off.
Yeah. You said, I'm still eating. That means they're not going to order dessert. And you didn't eat the rest of your fish. You fucking sat there with it. Fucking return the fish.
You are...
Bullshit. Gary was going insane, too. And I'm not the only one. And believe me, Robin hates you. She just
I
won't
didn't
say
even
it.
know why he was there.
Oh, Benji knows that.
I just...
He's just annoying. Gary, help me out here. Will you explain the world?
No, Ben, seriously, here's what happened. Just give me 2 seconds.
No.
Give me 2 seconds, and then you can talk. Give me 2 seconds.
Funny.
Go, Gary.
Dude, you got to learn not to give so much a fuck. Just sit down, have a nice time.
But it's his dinner.
You didn't give a fuck that you're a half hour late and you're sweating all over the goddamn table? What's with you? What are you sweating from?
I have another... Wasn't it like 17 degrees that night?
Yeah.
I mean, it was pretty chilly.
Yeah, it's hard to work up a sweat.
I'm sorry, Benji. The world doesn't revolve around you. The dinner was for 7 o'clock. To say you can't come.
I sweated to piss you off.
Why did you show up at 7:30?
First of all, I got there at 7:20.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, I did.
You didn't. Yeah. Go ahead, Gary.
No, I think it was 7:30.
Here it is, Benji. Seriously, I know what you're saying about Howard should relax and all that stuff, but you understand, A, he's your boss, B, he invited you to dinner. So if you're going to go to that dinner, there's going to be a certain way things run. If you don't want to deal with that, you probably should just not come. But once you come and you realize it's Howard, you know how he gets. Benji, he goes like this. This is exactly how he goes. He goes, all right, let's order dessert. And that went right over your head.
Yeah, always.
And so you were telling a funny story And they did come to
You
get
know why? Because Benji entertains no one. He doesn't care about anyone. And when he doesn't sit and pick up signals. I know people like Benji. They're the most annoying people. They've been so pampered in life and so babied that they don't pick up on what's going on at the table. Robin had finished. Fred had finished.
Yeah.
Everyone was sitting there. It was time for me as the host to move the evening along. The waiter was looking toward me to find out, should I clear the table? And you're the only asshole who's sitting there, and you didn't even finish.
Your food must have been cold by then.
Right.
I was enjoying it.
It was cold, Robin. I put my finger in it to touch the temperature.
Benji, you were at my house that night. That Howard, you know that there's he gets tired early. That's why we eat dinner early.
Right.
Gary, you were tired too. Everyone was.
Everyone was
up
tired.
early.
It was I looked around the table.
Because we were waiting. Because as a courtesy, the way manners are, you wait for everybody to be finished.
I would have ordered dessert. Oh, don't get me wrong.
And then you would have been mad. Why you turning in your fish before you're done?
No, the waiter would not take our dessert order. There's etiquette at a fine restaurant.
All right.
You were holding up the table. At least eat your fish.
I thought we had a good time.
We had a good time. Not you. We had a good time without you. When you showed up, things got horrible.
All right.
Oh, God.
We had a good half hour before things got bad. No, we had a nice time. I enjoyed your company. I love being there with you.
Fine in conversation.
I mean,
but
listening to your unbelievable sex life, which I don't believe a word
Was
of.
there more of that?
Yeah, oh,
I got to tell you, my wife.
I thought we got the guys' version at Nobu.
No.
He went into.
Benji
Really?
loves to talk about his sex life.
Mary turned around to me. She goes, "Is that
Real.
possible?"
Yeah, is it real?
And I go, "I think it is." And she goes, "That's really disgusting." She likes you, Ben, but she was sort of creeped out.
Benji's up to really dangerous behavior. Like Benji's going to get killed.
Yeah, he's the female version of looking for Mr. Goodbar.
Benji. One story about his sex life is he goes on these, Craigslist or whatever they are,
Right.
and he, some guy invites him to his hotel room to fuck some girls in front of him.
In front of him.
And he's going into strange hotels.
Right.
He
doesn't know who these people are.
Yeah.
He's in a strange location and nobody knows he's there.
And when he shows up, doesn't the guy go, "I don't want to watch you fuck anybody," and the girls don't want to fuck you?
That guy must really be.
I said,
did that really happen?
Yes, and I said, "Benji, aren't you worried?" And he goes, "Yeah."
But did you fuck a girl in front of a guy?
Yeah.
Wow, that.
And he said the girls were
a stranger, Artie, a stranger at a hotel.
They were models, right?
He didn't come on my chest or anything, but yeah.
Were they models?
They looked like it.
Yeah.
I don't know if they were.
Yeah, he describes the scene. But meanwhile, would you go
models
to
This
somebody?
was a long time ago. I'm dating
What'd he
regular
say?
chicks now and dating regularly.
Oh, they must be
Wrigley?
delighted.
Well, anyway, so Gary.
And that guy, and I won't say, but he is famous. And that guy, if you want to, I would reveal.
Don't
do that.
No, don't do me
What,
a
the
favor.
guy who watched
Feeling
you?
that night
Quiet.
at the
Total
dinner.
coincidence.
Stop.
Yeah, no,
He
I don't
doesn't know
want
who I am. He doesn't know I know him.
I don't want to.
Oh, I think I know who he is, actually.
No, you don't.
I think you told me.
No, I didn't.
Okay.
Was it Sam Ben Ruby? No. All right. Anyway, so
No, Sam would know Benji.
Right.
Sam would throw Benji out. I got to tell
Benji?
I got to tell you.
Wow.
This Benji's such a character.
Right as
I love him. I don't want to be too harsh, but he was.
Actually, that guy scares me. If he knows, I would never reveal him.
But understand something, Benji.
Yeah.
You're going to go out with people in the future. Forget about me. I understand you're trying to be
You
eccentric.
think he's going to go out with people in the future?
I don't know. I said that to make him feel better. But if you do, show up on time, or when you read the signals at the table. Come on.
Or just keep up with what's going on.
Yeah.
There are no signals to be read. Everybody's doing basically the same thing. When their entree comes, they eat it.
Right. Right.
Yeah. Like that's the time to eat your entree. Don't save it for later.
I was eating.
And no, you weren't.
But you realize
never
that
finished.
hold on, seriously, and I'm not being a dick, Benji. Did you notice that everybody's plate on the table, this is true, was empty, and yours was completely full?
Well, you guys are pigs. You eat so quickly.
No, really, but see, you notice that stuff, and you say, either I don't want to hold 7 other people up, so I'm either going to eat quicker or I'm going to forego what's left of my meal.
When are you going to eat your dinner? I mean, what point in the night? And then we waited 10 more minutes, and you still hadn't eaten it. You never ate it.
Right, you did not touch that food from the time the waiter
you
came.
You weren't going to eat.
I honestly didn't realize that that it would be considered a faux pas for other people to order dessert while someone else is still eating.
Yeah, but it's not Denny's, it's Danielle.
Oh, right,
it's like we're having a dining experience together.
That didn't hit me until you said it.
I'm sure there's no Danielle in North Carolina.
Listen, I'm not being an asshole about it. That's the way it works. The waiter's not going to take desserts until the place is ready to go. It's not done. You could see that the guy was waiting. if you had bothered to pay attention. Well, anyway.
Write down the name of the guy who watched your fucking chick.
Yeah, I'd like to know that one myself.
Really.
Don't, just
You don't even. You know what? It's so boring.
For the air. Is it boring? Do you know who it is?
Yeah, it's nobody you know, and it's nobody anybody knows. He thinks the guy's famous. The guy has a high-profile kind of job. Oh. You would know the job, not the guy.
Oh.
Yeah.
Write down the guy's job.
I do have to say that that Benji's stories I was riveted.
They were
is
good stories.
Riveted.
Yeah. Benji's a lot of fun.
That's what you should do in stand-up, by the way. You should tell those stories.
I wish I could.
Don't
Don't
do it.
Those stories he doesn't tell.
Some of them work without.
As the stories were going, Beth started going further and further away.
She almost crawled under Howard.
She started moving closer to me to get away from the disease that has to be crawling on Benji's body.
They shouldn't even joke about that.
Right.
I would take a test on the air.
Okay.
Did you come to New York? Did you come to New York as someone from, like, the South? And I'm being serious. Did you come here with the goal of being part of that, like, outer fringe Andy Warhol gang, like New York City nook and cranny getting blown everywhere? Like,
Yeah, the underground crowd.
did you want to
that's
be
so
a
hip.
part of that thing? Or,
I've kind of always been attracted to anything underground. Not just sex. Just sex. It's more illustrated when it's sex. But I like underground stuff.
right.
Yeah, good
But,
for you.
I mean, it is, dude.
Gee, Artie,
it
too
is-
bad you weren't at the dinner. You could have asked these questions.
I'm just saying, it is dangerous.
And had your dinner delayed, too.
It is.
Yeah.
Well, I wish, look.
Anyway, we had a great time.
I would love to have failed the piss test for an $800
now
bottle
I
of
feel
wine.
horrible.
Nah, come on.
So don't invite
I would
me
never even
anymore.
bring it up unless we were on the
Don't
air.
invite me anymore. I feel awful.
I knew you would, but I had to do it because it was too good to bring
that's
up
how
on
much
the
you
air.
care about me.
Yeah, the show comes first.
How do Fred and Gary rank?
Roberto, you're on the air.
Can I contribute a little
How
at
you
least?
doing? It's a given that Benji's a classless fat slob with pig eyes, but Howard, come on, bro. All we need to know is that I don't care what you've earned over the course of your life. Just the $83 million that you earned as a bonus. You just pick up the check and shut up about what Robin ordered or didn't order. I mean,
We're doing a radio
if
show,
not
sir.
now,
I think
when would you enjoy an $800 bottle of wine with your friends?
Roberto, this is a radio show. So I bring things up. Read between
No,
the
that's
lines.
not. You know what? That's not true because you drew.
But
the
I'm bringing up
analogy about
etiquette. I'm
when-
teaching Robin, too. She needs to
I
learn.
know
You don't
etiquette.
think part of etiquette is just keeping quiet?
Roberto,
about
if you went to
He
dinner...
knows my etiquette, not his.
Robin, the truth be told, I would never be mad at Robin for that because she's so generous with me. The idea that I got to pay her back a little bit would be great. So believe me, I'm not upset about it.
Hey, can I ask Robin a question?
Yes.
I got your back 100% on this, Robin, but I'm curious. You embrace this sort of vegan lifestyle, and you spend so much of your time detoxing, living a pure life. Why do you continue to consume alcohol?
Yeah,
which the
that's a
human
good
body
question.
just
I don't
sees as
drink
a poison?
often, but I do like a glass of wine every now and then.
You just can't get that out of your life. You can't.
I
muster
certainly.
the resolve or
I'm
discipline.
not addicted to wine. I'm not Artie.
But I feel if
I'm
you're
not addicted to wine either.
you're detoxing and you're taking enemas and colonics.
I'm not.
Howard, Robin's an
I was
addict.
going to get on a detox regimen when we were leaving. So this was my farewell to food.
I agree with Roberto. I think wine and all alcohol should be cut out
Well,
of your life.
again, my nutritionist says wine is okay.
Well, then I think you can eat some cream in your soup.
No, I can't.
That tells me I just got to get a nutritionist that says steak's okay.
You got to get a nutritionist. Heroin's okay.
That's what I did. I looked for one until I found one who said wine was
Right.
okay.
I don't like you.
Roberto is right, though, Robin.
No, he's
I always
not.
thought that was interesting that you've cut out every
First
food
of all,
except
I'm
wine.
not an overindulger in anything.
Right. I didn't say if you were.
I don't overindulge in wine. Wine, again, you would like my vice to be cream and soup. I would like my vice to be wine.
But
Yeah.
do you aspire to one day rid yourself of this need to drink wine?
I don't
it's
have a
just-
need to drink wine. I like wine.
I think you can't let go of the pretension of ordering $800 bottles of wine. That's what I think you can't let go.
You're
Interesting.
an expert. I'll tell you
Your
what, the
uppity
wine
attitude
people
is
at
the
Danielle
addiction.
were impressed enough to give me the label. I mean, my God.
What do they steam that off?
Yeah.
Yeah, they must have been
Oh,
back there
wow.
steaming.
Hey, can
Thank
I
you.
have that?
You know, I when I looked at the price, I was so shocked I forgot to take my label with me.
Oh, okay.
Because someone asked me, said, well, what was this wine you drank? I said, I was, listen, I almost passed out at the table, so I forgot to bring the name.
You were a little woozy and left your
Let me ask you this.
What was the name of this wine,
It
Robin?
was a Dujac wine. I'd have to look at the label, too, because they make a number of different wines.
A Dujac. You didn't say that.
Please.
You underpaid.
I got off cheap.
Yeah. Now, what do you think the restauant pays for that bottle of wine?
I've heard they mark it up 3 times.
300%, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's
so
how they make their money.
They probably get it for $250.
Let me ask you something, Howard, about something that if you thought about with retiring. Say you didn't have the radio show and this happens. Would you just harbor resentment for Robin forever?
No, in fact,
that would fester.
It's not as funny to say this, but the fact of the matter is I was kind of glad Robin did that because Robin's very generous with me.
I know,
everyone
but
on the show, and in order to pay her back, no, you're not.
I'm using that as an example in your life. I mean, there seems to be a lot of things getting to know you that you get out on the air that seems almost therapeutic to you. Do you think that would be a problem for you without the radio
no problem.
show?
No.
Because you're just going to stop seeing people.
Because no one will see me again, and poor Beth will see me. Trust me. No, Robin I will see for life. And
right, I'm sure you
And
will.
Fred, but not Benji. I mean, once I retire, I will never see Benji again. I'm sure of that.
Benji, when's the last time you did that? You went to a weird sex situation. Be honest, like you went to an apartment from that bullshit.
It's happening all the time.
Well, he claims he's not doing that anymore.
He is, though.
Howard, what is that all about? I mean, I'm
dating regular chicks.
No, but I mean that whole dangerous
What is it about?
What is it about?
You're looking at a guy who can't get laid. So the only way he's going to get laid is through some freaky scenes.
No, I think he actually can get laid, but I mean the whole has to be almost like on a tightrope with almost like with a gun to your head.
Listen, what normal person who values their life? When Artie does heroin, I go, I love Artie and he seems like such a normal guy, but then he's risking his health and his life.
That seems more normal to me.
Boy, you're
Yes.
getting high.
It's more normal.
None of it
Benji,
is normal.
But it's more normal to me than what Benji puts himself. He goes to a room where some guy says, "Come in and fuck some girls." It sounds to me like either you're going to get knifed.
He was even in one. He explained where it could have been like one of those rape fantasy kind of things.
Right.
That's crazy because you don't know how you're getting there. You don't know if this woman is participating in this.
Well, he gets a rush out of that.
You don't know what Robin's saying is, how do you know those girls weren't given roofies?
Yeah.
And, and then they're going to accuse you of raping them.
He may not have AIDS, but he definitely has genital warts.
Fuck you, dude. Dude, why don't you come down here and I'll come down here and we'll do a doctor's test.
Do you want me to examine your penis right now?
He's the fattest AIDS patient ever.
Why do you want to see his penis?
I don't, Robin, but I will look for genital warts.
We've all seen it, unfortunately. I mean, so you get a rush out of that more than sexual? You like the danger of it?
No.
You understand? You know I like you. You're putting your life at risk.
I am dating regular chicks now in a regular way. The problem is...
Do you know that there's something wrong with you? That you would go to a room where a guy just says, come over? I mean, don't you know that...
in the middle of the night.
You don't have a bodyguard. You don't have a gun. You don't have nothing, man. You're walking in there and you're doing this weird thing. I mean, you don't know that's dangerous?
Of course it's dangerous.
Do you value your life? Do you like living?
Yes.
Yeah. All right.
But anytime you get laid, it's like there's...
Listen, I want to get laid more than anything. Getting laid is the main focus of my life. You know what I mean? It's the primary focus of my life for many, many reasons. Being inside a woman's not enough for me. You know what I mean? I wish I could go inside of you and then come out through your mouth.
You were all the way up.
Right.
You were exactly right when you said, I don't get off at all on some dude being there. I'll take the opportunity.
No, that's the dude that's going to take a gun and shoot you in the head and rob you.
Or stab you.
Yeah.
Lucky for you, you don't have any money.
Did you ever see the movie Looking for Mr. Goodbar? You should rent it.
Yeah, it was about a hot chick who gets killed. You, on the other hand, are going to get killed and you're not even a hot chick.
Right.
Some people have that need for...
I worry about you. I do.
Action, but he's not a gambler.
You're not thinking.
No, he's gambling with sex.
Right. But it's more of a sexual thing. Like at the end of the movie, the gambler with James Caan, he wins his bet and he needs more danger in his life. So he goes to like a drug den and tries to get into a knife fight with a big bouncer. Like he needs that action.
Yeah,
but it's the same as Looking for Mr. Goodbar. She finally winds up with a guy who's mental and clubs her to death.
Right.
But it's sexual. It's not like a gambling
thing. But Benji's is sexual. You know, like she didn't know who she was taking home either.
See, I don't know how Benji can turn that off then.
He can't turn off, I'll tell you why.
Can't.
Benji, this isn't about sex, but Benji's lonely.
Nah, I'm not.
No, you're lonely.
I have lots of friends.
I'm lonely. I would never do that.
Listen, I love sex. And it is hard because anytime you're home, you could just go out and get laid.
Wouldn't it be safer than to go to a stranger's house? At least go to a well-known high-end prostitute where at least you could...
I know it sounds crazy, but then it doesn't feel like it's... I don't get off on that because...
See, that's the danger.
I don't feel like I'm earning it.
Oh, okay.
Benji said something to me once. I don't think he's going to care about this, but we were in... I mean, it was something that... It kind of creeped me out, but it didn't. And it goes along the lines of this. Maybe you remember this. The last time we took the show to Vegas, we landed on a private jet, and it happened to be the day of rehab at the Hard Rock with all those strippers. And they got us an area, and it was me, and I was talking to this smoking hot blonde was talking to me. And she knew the show, and she was clearly, like, hitting on me, you know.
Right.
And I was sort of like, you know, drinking with her and everything. Then he said to me, he goes, don't you, isn't it like a turn on to do you think like you could just be fucking this chick in like 5 seconds up in your room? And I'm like, I don't know, maybe if I, you know, later on or something. He goes, but isn't that fucking amazing that you could just fuck her right now? And I'm like, he was getting too into the question.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't know.
God knows what was going on in his head.
Yeah, I was starting to think, like, what do you want to do?
Well, anyway, that was our dinner.
Do you remember that?
That's the creepy moment?
No, but because it was like you were I don't know if you wanted
I'm done with
me.
Benji. I'm done with Benji.
Well, I wanted to say, what a lovely evening.
It
but
was.
It no longer is in my mind.
You know, Robin, you know when things went downhill? I saw after Robin ordered the wine, the wait staff was high-fiving each other.
Wow. They were doing the sucker dance.
They did the sucker dance in the background. All right.
But I thought I'd had a good time. I now realize I didn't.
You did not have a good time.
I did not have
I will always remember that night. That's the most expensive booze
you ever had.
I've
yeah,
ever
me
consumed.
too. I never had
the most.
Me too. The most expensive wine I ever had was maybe half that price.
Howard,
I never even had anything half that much.
Do you think, because I'm going to ask Robin this too.
Well, again, if they're marking things up
maybe it was
3 times, you're drinking the wine I brought you.
Was really a $250.
Well, you're not
No, I'm saying it was retail wine.
Right.
The wine I bought you for a present, each bottle is more expensive than the wine you drank.
By the way, did you hear Gary going off on you on the wrap-up show?
Oh, my God.
Did you hear that
all about?
Did you hear it?
Now what?
Oh, my God.
Hey, Howard, real quick before we end this.
I'm now giving up wine because it causes too much trouble.
You with wine, you got to hear Gary from the wrap-up. But Dominic, what did you want to say real quick?
How do you know that Benji's really doing all this? Because
I don't.
Think about this for one moment.
I believe him.
No,
well, everyone at that table, he was shocking some women that would never, ever think of this type of behavior, would find it disgusting. And for a moment, he makes himself the most important person at the table. Mary, certainly, Robin,
right.
Beth, all these women are hearing these horrible stories, and while he's telling them, everyone's looking riveted to him. I doubt he does any of this, and I'm serious.
Well, you make a point. It did make him the star of the night.
Let's verify.
But it was fun.
I allow you, if you want to put it on the air and get those people, you can do it.
I would love you to verify.
For one of the,
you really think those people are going to come on the air?
It can be verified.
Oh God, who are they?
One of the famous woman. I feel weird about.
Wait, there's a famous woman?
Yeah, I know that one, and I don't want to go anywhere with that.
I feel weird
I know
because
that
it's not her, you know.
Yeah.
I know
it's a different one.
I know the famous woman.
But supersonic, she used to describe the sex and not describe it the way you did, Benji. So I don't know.
What do you mean? What she describe?
Well, the events that you think you did. You know, in your story, you're the stud.
No, but what did Supersonic say?
Well, that you were not the super stud for her. Everyone at the table.
When did you hear her say that?
First of all, how could that be the main
Dominic,
topic?
stop a second. When did you hear her say that?
Well, she's discussed it on the air once.
And what did she say?
That it wasn't what you were saying.
That's not what she said at all. Do you guys remember what she said?
All right, can I get off Benji?
Yeah, she
Dominic,
said she was
thank
into
you. I saw you on Larry King. I got a tape of it, and gained some weight.
He's
now too skinny?
Robin, he's become so thin. You know what a prune looks like? He looks like someone stuck a pin in him.
Oh,
you
no.
think I look
He's
too
deflated?
thin now, really?
Yeah, you look better heavier, maybe. I don't. You don't. But your health is probably better, so I'm happy for you.
All right, goodbye.
All right, Dominic. There he is. Anyway,
Howard,
so
do you
Gary,
think you could tell the difference between an $800 bottle of wine and a $200 bottle of wine?
You know, I'm not that sophisticated, but the wine was very good.
Robin,
all
could
I
you?
know.
800 and 200, you think?
Not a good $200 bottle of wine.
Listen,
I'm
I
not
told
that
you.
good.
I told you. This is a real quick story. I've said it on the air before. They're a very famous couple who are authors, and they write only about wine. They are wine experts.
Not the ones Benji fucked.
No, these are considered two of the top people. I remember I bought their book. Like Robin, I tried to learn something about wine. I learned less than she did. But anyway, I'm reading the book, and the guy starts off the book by saying that him and his wife were searching for a great bottle of wine. They were in wine country. They go to this place. They found a bottle of wine, and they didn't make a lot of money. And they said, this is the most expensive bottle of wine. They had to buy it. They had to try it. They're, after all, wine experts. It's part of their job. It's almost a tax write-off for them. And they bought the bottle of wine. They said, we'll save it for a special occasion. Well, they waited like a year. Special occasion shows up. They drink it. They said it was the best bottle of wine they had ever experienced in their life.
Wow. What
they didn't realize was they opened the wrong bottle. And it was, Robin, I told you this story.
No, you didn't.
Yeah. It was
I never heard this.
The wine was a $10 bottle of table wine from, I can't now remember the name. I've told this story once on the air, and I'll look up the name. I went out and bought the $10 bottle of wine because they said, we were fooled. We are wine experts. We spent our lives on this. And to show you how sometimes this can all be bullshit,
yeah,
we thought this $10 bottle of wine was the best wine we'd ever had. We have to be honest about it.
Nothing is bullshit.
Right.
It's all, who knows what the value of any bottle of wine is.
Right.
It's what people can get for it based on their marketing and distribution and, the value of their name.
Anyway, so Gary gave it to you on the wrap-up show. This is another wine thing that's gotten you in trouble.
Jeez.
Here's Robin getting blasted. I mean, wow.
Why do I even bother to try?
All right, here you go. This is really Robin.
Just because we both got you wine for your birthday? Is this
Listen to what Gary says. And by the way, I had heard this rap off there. He'd come to me about this.
Really?
And I didn't know he was going to go on the air with it.
I don't know what's going on around here.
I was really angry in the office this morning. And this is totally real. I bought Howard a birthday present, and I brought it on Monday, the day of his birthday, and I put it in my office, and I just happened to mention to Howard when I was there earlier, hey, I just want to let you know, I got your birthday present. I'll just have Tracy get it over to your house. And I said, I explained what the wine was. It took all of 20 seconds. He said thank you, and it was great. Robin announced that she was bringing him wine. So we did that whole wrap on the air. So we know that Robin's bringing him wine, or that's what the present is going to be. Ronnie walks in this morning like he was her cabin boy. Like Robin walked in a full-length leather coat with mink or some chinchilla or something around the edges, and Ronnie was carrying these two big boxes. Robin puts them down on Howard's console right before the show. So there they are. So now Howard knows he's got the wine. Now Robin insists that he opens it up on the air. We know it's wine. I think it's just slowing down the show. And I don't understand what the big show of the gift was about.
And I thought, she kept saying go inside. There's like a big payoff.
Yeah, the payoff is there's a note that says these bottles were handpicked by Robin, which they weren't. And, it's wine. It's a wonderful gift, but I don't know what all the fanfare was about.
So you took it on the chin twice now about wine.
About wine. I think I'm giving it up because this causes me trouble.
You have to go to a new drink. No more wine for you. So there you go. You want to answer, Gary, for any reason why?
No, if he feels that way, I'm sorry.
Good for you taking the high road.
Wanted you to open the wine and read the note. That's all.
Well, he took great offense. Both? I don't understand. It slowed the whole show down.
I could have said, Howard, I want you to open my wine.
Right.
And the big payoff was, this is the wine that you said you loved that you couldn't find, and I somehow found it for you. And I could have, but I don't know why we would do that on the air.
In other words, you're saying you can't understand why Robin had me open it on the air. We knew it was wine.
Wait, we knew it was wine, and we knew she handpicked it. Okay.
Well, no, you were claiming that it didn't handpick.
Well, you probably had some help, but okay, but fine. Say I'm off on that. That's a minor detail. Why did Howard have to open wine on the air that we knew was wine?
I just wanted you to know it wasn't a last-minute gift. I had done that a while ago.
Ah. Right.
Right what?
I don't know. I had enough with wine.
You guys just love to argue about nothing.
I don't want to hear about Benji anymore. I want to hear about wine. I'm done with wine. I love wine. But thank you, everyone. I had a great night with all.
Don't thank me.
Except for Robin.
God, I hate you now.
Robin.
Oh, God, yes.
How are you doing about this whole wine thing?
This is not a good day for me. I don't want to talk about it.
Ben, so how did the dinner go the other night? with Howard and everyone?
I thought it was fun. I thought I had a good time. I thought everyone had a great time, but apparently it wasn't as great as I thought it was.
What was it with eating so slowly?
I use food as a drug. So if I'm out at a social occasion and I'm eating, I enjoy the social occasion. It's when I'm alone or in a confined situation that I'm pigging out. So I'm not the pig I am on air or at home that I am out in a social restaurant.
How was the wine? Did you even try it?
I had a sip and it was great.
The wine's not your thing?
No, it was. This is too convoluted of a thing to really get into. I mean, it was. They poured me wine. I was gonna have it towards the end, but someone said, "Oh, you're not drinking. Let me just have the glass." So I let them have it.
So you had a good time at dinner?
Yes, I thought so. I thought it was great.
Do you feel bad about all this? The way Howard took it?
Well, I guess it would have been kind of neat experience if he came on and said, "The best guest in the world is Benji. I've never had such a great dinner in my life." But that
didn't happen.
It's not that big of a deal, man.
Or without Jessica, so...
You're going to be okay, you think?
I don't know. It's pretty scary. I usually have them to, lean on.
All right, well, good luck in there today.
Oh, thanks. Thanks a lot.
Bobby Schimmel is here. He's a top comic. Everybody loves him. I think he's got a new CD out, a new DVD. Because I was going through my mailbag yesterday, and I see a very big picture of Schimmel and DVD and the whole thing. I think it's a new DVD. So I think that's what he's here promoting. Also, Bob Schimmel's comedy special, Life Since Then, on Showtime. And he's got his book out. He's a busy guy. He's a working comedian. Here's the guy. This is the guy I'm talking about, Bob Schimmel. You've heard of him.
There he is.
There he is.
Looks like Steve Jobs.
Yeah, he looks a little like Steve Jobs.
No.
A little?
Yeah. You do. Did anyone ever say, Mr. Jobs, what do you have? Do you have an iPod for me?
I wish.
What are your new ideas?
Yeah. I know you like cupcakes, and I know it was your birthday. So.
Wow, look at this shit. Thanks, Bob.
Bob, you don't look real happy giving somebody cupcakes. You look like you're annoyed by it. But put the headphones
nice
on. We can't hear you.
You can't hear me if I don't have these on?
No, we don't. We
the
have
microphone is in there.
Oh, and you don't. So I buy them, and, I'm trying to do a nice thing. And then Gary goes, "What's that?" And I said, "I bought the cupcakes for Artie and you guys." And he said, "Well, you know that Artie and I have cupcakes named after ourselves at a different bakery." So it's like I can't even get the right cupcake.
I'll tell you what. These are, first of all, I guess we do have a show bakery, but these are unbelievably expensive, fantastic cupcakes.
What are those?
They're from another bakery in town that just opened up close by us.
Yeah.
But these are amazing. Oh, wow. Thanks.
Do you think you're enabling Artie when you come in here with cupcakes? Artie is obese.
It's a nice gesture.
He's got a weight problem.
Look at this cupcake.
Yeah, that's Johnny Walker Black.
Is it really?
No.
What is that cupcake that Artie's
I think it's devil food cake.
Yeah, Howard, these
Let me see, Artie.
Crumbs is
No,
amazing.
there's enough for everybody in there. There's a dozen.
Wow.
Oh, no, there isn't. Those are Artie's.
That's Artie's portion.
Let me ask you something. Do you eat cupcakes? Because you're wasting away. What do you weigh now? Do you know?
I'm not wasting away.
You look very thin.
I've been on this press thing for
Disturbingly thin.
Disturbingly thin?
Yeah. You're a little too thin.
Okay.
Am I right, Robin?
Steve Jobs then. That's why I said it.
Yeah, you look a little like Steve Jobs. Is your health okay?
My health is terrific. Can I ever be on here without something being wrong? I mean, I walk in and I look like Steve Jobs, right out of the gate.
I don't mean to be petty, but it was my birthday, and Artie is eating the cupcake.
And you got Artie cupcake.
You got Artie cupcake. Artie grabbed my gift and ate it so fast.
Like you're going to fucking eat these.
I'm just saying.
And you know what? You're missing out. These are fantastic cupcakes.
Worth the extra calories.
If I wasn't paying the the child support I was, I would have bought you a guitar like McCartney did. But, you know, I can't. So,
and I'm going to say this box
cupcakes.
cost easy $100.
You know, McCartney didn't buy me that guitar. McCartney had the station go out and buy the guitar, and then he signed it.
Oh, God.
Yeah, so that's why I was like, maybe it's not as valuable as we think it is.
Howard, I think that what happened was that Scott Greenstein really wanted to give you a present, so he got the guitar and got McCartney to sign it.
Okay. Well, anyway, I have it hanging up. I'm very happy with it.
I mean, it is what it is. It's a guitar signed by Paul McCartney.
When Paul handed it to me, I thought he was giving me his guitar signed. You understand? Like, that would have been amazing. I don't know if I should be so blown out.
Yeah. No, still, he's one of the Beatles. Are you kidding?
But he signed something that essentially has nothing to do with the Beatles. Right? Am I right?
Yeah. Well,
I don't mean to be petty about my gift, but I'm not sure it's as valuable.
It has something to do with the Beatles because he signed it.
But what?
He never played it.
That's what I mean.
He signed it. He touched it.
Howard, you're being what we call in the neighborhood a jerk off.
Am I being a jerk off?
Yeah. I mean, Paul McCartney gave you a signed guitar.
But it's not his guitar.
To you.
Shit, are you kidding? People would be happy if they got a business card from him.
Right.
I mean,
Metallica signed a guitar to me, but it was Metallica's guitar.
Yeah.
They aren't the Beatles.
Yeah, like he's going to go, oh, Howard, here's the guitar from Shea Stadium when we first came over here.
Yeah, that's the one I want.
Yeah.
Someone I could use.
By the way, Brett Michaels told me to say hi to you. I was on a show with him yesterday, and he was going to try and get in here, but he said McCartney was here. And he was signing a guitar yesterday on the Strategy Room, but it was Guitar Hero.
Oh, I see.
Because he's the character on there.
Did you read about this kid who plays Guitar Hero? He's 15. His father got him out of school. His son now practices 10 hours a day of Guitar Hero because they think that it might work into a business. I'm not bullshitting you. I just read about this. I mean, what is that? I could see maybe the guy says, hey, my son's good on the real guitar, and I want him to be a musician.
I'm going to let him, he doesn't like school, I'm going to let him practice all the
time. I mean, who would you let, your kids all went through school, right?
Yeah.
Hey, speaking of your kids, you know, Sarah Silverman, who loves you.
Oh, boy.
She attacked Jess.
Yes.
Did you hear it?
Yes, I did.
Which I to play it and remind people, and then you could comment. If you don't mind, I'd like to know. Sarah Silverman, a very talented comedian who's a friend of mine. She came in here and she blasted Bob's daughter. And I'm going to play for you. Where is that, Gary?
It didn't blast me.
No, did not blast you, and that's most important. Where is the clip now?
Gary, page 1 in purple.
Gary, page 1 in what? Purple.
Purple.
Okay, here we go.
They write this crappy shit, you know, what a gossipy stuff about Jimmy and I in Star Magazine. That's what the Star Magazine does, whatever.
Right.
And I look at who writes it. It's fucking Robert Schimmel's daughter.
I was going to ask you about that.
She's working there.
And I'm like, what a scumbag move. I know, but like, I know that that's her job. First of all, I don't know why anyone would be, why Jessica would be proud of having a job like that. Like, what are you? You want to be a writer? That's not going to make you a writer. You're not going to graduate from there and do something, you know?
Well, that's not true. That's not true.
They're the highest paid reporters.
Reporters.
Whatever.
So then I go, I can't believe that Jessica would write about, like, comedians of all people. You know what I mean? Like, I'm friends with her father. I love her father. I don't know if she's angry at her father, and this is some way, I don't know, you know, what is going on, but it was totally untrue, and it was just so gross. I couldn't believe it was her. It was like it was like having, like, my own daughter, like, write something shitty. You know what I mean?
But
like,
the real thing. No, she didn't stop there. I'm going to let you comment after I finish. Let me. This is an addition.
You should try this blue cupcake.
I just think it's scumbaggy. So then, when like somebody called her on it, she was like, "Oh, I didn't even write that. That's like a colleague just used my name. That's what they do sometimes because that way the buck never stops anywhere." But you know what? She should still be held responsible for it because then maybe she'll keep someone from using her name in an article. It's so. Ugh.
But that sounds like bullshit.
Yeah, I mean, does that really happen?
They just use a colleague.
I mean, I'm bummed that Schimmel's daughter is a weasel. That's all. It's a bummer to me because I always really liked him.
Now, I love my daughter. I know you love your daughter more than anything. You're a very good father. How did you learn about this, and what do you want to say about it?
How did I learn about it? Yeah. Well, I think my email mailbox exploded.
You mean it actually physically exploded?
Yeah, I got a lot of emails and people calling up going, what is going on? And I called her up and I said, Jess, you know, what's happening? And she said, Dad, you know what? I don't tell you what to do. Don't tell me what to do. This is my job. She said, I wrote this article like 4 months ago why she would bring it up that much later. She said, is she harboring that for that long? And I said, you know what? I don't want to be in the middle of it. I love Sarah. I think she's really funny.
Right.
You know, I don't get in the middle of people's things. And, you know, you should. Why didn't you think of me when you do that? And she said, why? You don't think of me when you talk about my shit when you're on Howard. You tell my whole life on there.
I see. Right. So do you think in a way she was giving you a dig, your daughter?
No, I think she was doing her job. That they wanted her to. I mean, she was asking if I knew anything about why they broke up, and I said I wouldn't. I don't know anything.
Right.
And I wouldn't ask anybody.
I don't even remember what the article was. Why did she say they broke
that
up?
She was. I don't know. I think it said something about that she was depressed that they broke up, or nothing really crazy. It wasn't.
Wait a minute. Was that the article about the fat guys?
I'm not sure. I don't
Sarah's
know.
in love with fat guys. And
right.
That's what
she was looking at fat guys on the computer, and he came in on her.
Oh, no, that's Mike Walker.
No, yeah, that wasn't.
It's hard because, you know, you want to see your daughter be successful. By the way, a lot of people I know come out of tabloid journalism and have done quite well.
Yeah.
Judith Reagan got her own publishing company out of that. So, I mean, you don't know. So it's a tough one for you, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So have you seen Sarah since her comments?
No, I haven't. And not intentionally. We just haven't crossed paths.
Right.
But,
do you think she's going to unload on you when she sees you?
She probably would bring it up.
Did you say to your daughter, listen, for my sake, please no more articles about Sarah Silverman or any of my friends?
Sounds like Jess doesn't want to hear that.
Yeah, she doesn't want to hear it, but I said, do me a favor and just, you know, there are other people to talk about than comedians.
A comedian embargo.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know why she would do that, but you know what? She's my kid, but I'm not my daughter's keeper. I didn't tell her to do that. I can't bail her out of it.
Strong words. Weasel.
Weasel's better than the C word.
Well, that's one way to look at it.
You know,
By the way,
I got
to tell you, I have to tell you something.
Yeah.
New Year's Eve.
What is going on New Year's Eve?
New Year's Eve, Melissa fell asleep around 9:30. We've been together for what, like 8 years, 9 years?
This is your wife.
I've never, for some reason, I don't know why, I've never gotten laid on New Year's Eve. She's gotten her period every time while the ball's dropping.
Aren't you usually working too, Bob, though? Do you usually work New Year's?
But I was home this time because I thought, you know, maybe I could do it once before I leave this earth. And
yeah, good idea.
She's asleep. So I go out to Albertsons to pick up some stuff, and I'm in the car, and I look at my watch, and it's 1 minute to 12.
Right.
So I just put on the radio, and I say, you know what? I'm going to be in the parking lot. It's going to be New Year's Eve, and then I'll just drive back home. I'm like 2 blocks away. All of a sudden, 2 cop cars like swarm in on me.
Wow.
Lights on.
Scary.
The speaker, put your hands on the dashboard. Wow. And they walk over, you know, with their hands on the sides. What are you doing out here? I said, I just went shopping. And they said, on New Year's Eve, at midnight, you're in an Albertsons parking lot. Do you have any dope on you? You know, can we? And I said, no. And the guy goes, give me your license or registration. And I'm like, oh, fuck me.
Hi.
They walk away, and then the guy comes back, and he goes, Robert Schimmel. He goes, did I hear you on Howard Stern with your daughter? And I said, yeah. He goes, get the fuck out of here. And that was it. Let me go. So you saved me.
That's it. And so you missed fucking your wife on New Year's Eve. Why didn't you fuck the cashier at that place? That's what I would do.
He's not really my type.
You didn't like that guy?
Yeah, no.
Are you doing all right?
I'm doing great.
I see you very, very thin. Robin sees you
as thin. I'm
trying.
Yeah. I'm trying.
I think he looks the. I mean, you know, he's always he's a thin guy, but I don't think he looks any
Are you
different.
eating enough? Do you get enough food?
Yeah,
you do.
You're really helping me tremendously here.
I'm not helping
that's what
at all.
people want to hear.
Yeah, for all the people in LA that are going to hear this later. Wow, it sounds like Schimmel's sick again. So let's cancel any plans we have.
You know, we don't know what to say to you and Artie. We're always getting you into trouble.
That's right. Are you doing now political humor? I mean, there's not. I mean, I figured you're anti-Bush for sure, right?
Yeah.
You were, right?
Yes.
But you never got into any of that stuff, did you? You ever get into that stuff?
No, I
with
tried
the
a couple of times, you know, talking about stem cell research and those things, and got in a lot of trouble on stage. It's not my thing.
People don't want to hear it from you.
No, they don't.
They reject it. Why? Why can't you be political like Bill Maher or something? You don't want to be like Bill Maher? Yeah.
Probably the same reason why I can't do regular material on this show for the last 10 years, and I got to talk about how my family's falling apart. Otherwise,
is your family falling apart?
Well, I do have to tell you that
you getting a divorce?
Everything is great now.
How you doing?
There were so many repercussions after the last time I was on. It was unbelievable.
Why? What did you do?
Well, I was on with Melissa. It was a year ago almost.
Yeah.
Okay, so remember Melissa was here. I was here in February when the book
came
out.
You were here with your wife. I remember. What could
but
you
they
do?
were
she was sitting
trouble.
here.
Yeah.
And then Jess came out.
Right.
And then you brought up the pottery guy and said, so what's with that guy? And I said, oh, no, that's over. Now she's fucking the yoga instructor. So the yoga instructor and the wife were listening to the show.
Oh.
And you asked her that thing about kill one, fuck one, marry one, the yoga instructor, the next door neighbor.
Right.
Okay.
I'm going to give you an F, marry, kill. The pottery guy, the yoga instructor, and your hot neighbor, the girl. You have to F one of them, you have to marry one of them, you have to kill one of them. Go ahead.
I guess Kelly would be the one that I would be with.
You'd fuck, or you'd marry.
No, I guess I would marry Kelly. That's so screwed up. But I don't want to. I would kill the pottery instructor.
Well, that's good.
And
you'd sleep with the yoga guy.
I guess I would sleep if it was just a one-time thing. I
so
guess
you would fuck the yoga guy.
Well,
Who's
because
probably listening right now. These people live in Calabasas. Some of them have never been to Hollywood Boulevard or Sunset.
Right.
They think this shit is real, and I know they don't see it as entertainment value. Right. And then you got neighbors that all of a sudden you're not invited to the card party or the pool party.
So you were an outcast in the neighborhood.
Have you been ostracized?
Yeah.
Some people are going, please don't talk about us when you go on there.
Right. They don't want to hear it.
This is everywhere you go. Your family says it. Your neighbors say it.
Yeah, and your ex-wife says it.
My ex-wife is hitting me for so much money now.
But I thought you divorced. How could she hit you for money? I don't
They could always come back and revisit and go for more child support.
Right.
And I am giving her so much right now that literally I couldn't even afford to get divorced again.
Right.
I mean, if I went home and caught Melissa in bed with like 3 guys at the same time, basically all I could do is say, "Everyone's set with drinks and snacks and everything." I mean,
but you worked through all of this in the court. You paid. Your divorce was finalized.
Yeah, but it's not over. No, it's not.
Because your child
support is never finalized.
Wow. Aren't your kids in their 30s now? Oh, that's
no. Jessica's 30.
Right.
And we'll see if she turns 31 after this thing now today. And
at least she's supporting herself.
Yeah.
I'll
my
give her that.
daughter's Aaliyah's 18. I have a son that's 9, one that's 5, one that's 3.5.
Jesus Christ! You just do not let up on yourself, do you?
No. I think maybe your theory is right.
Yourself into this situation.
Is your how you doing with your wife though? The present wife? Is she cheating?
I don't think so.
You don't know for sure.
You don't.
Whoever knows for sure.
Do you keep tabs on her? Do you ever like one of our guys, Sal, caught his wife getting text messages from a guy 143, "I love you," 143. I mean, the poor bastard is like beside himself.
No, but I did. It's kind of weird when you're on the road for like 2 weeks and you come home and the first thing your wife says is, "Nothing physical happened." I don't know what that means exactly.
Did it really deteriorate? She seems so in love with you.
No, she is in love with me. We're getting along great. We are. We're getting along great. No fucking on New Year's Eve. I didn't say ever.
Right,
I mean, we did it in June.
I worry about you sometimes.
I know.
I don't want you to get so
great.
depressed that you're
I'm not
funny.
depressed.
I mean, you got to stay funny. That's the key.
I'd like to be. You're leading me into areas where I have to defend myself that I'm not dying like today, or that my kids are fucking around, and my wife. I mean, so where is the comedy?
Boy, I never heard of a wife being able to ask for more child support.
Yes.
Oh, you've heard of them reopening these cases over and over again.
Gee whiz.
Nothing physical happened. I would believe it if it was my ex-wife, because if she was a ride at Disneyland, it would be a ride you wouldn't need a seatbelt for.
Well,
I've had some of the best naps in my life laying on top of my ex-wife.
Are you saying that you think a woman is only good in bed if she moves around a lot?
Well, I'd like to, I don't want to feel like I'm impersonating a necrophiliac.
But do you think some of that could be your fault? In other words, maybe the man
Of course
she's
it's
with.
My fault.
Yeah, I mean, you get on top of her and she goes, "Oh, I don't even want to move. I mean, this is not fun."
I don't even have to get on top. All I have to do is say, "Hey, you want to do it?" And they're going, "Ugh." So it's.
Are you bad in bed?
Am I bad in bed?
Yeah.
Not when I'm by myself. I'm not. I think I'm pretty good.
It's just I hate to see you go all the waste. I mean, you're such a vital guy.
I'm not going to. I'm going to be 59 tomorrow.
Wow. Do you want to get off the road? Do you want to stop doing these comedy appearances? Are you done with it?
No. First of all, I love doing it. Second of all,
gets you out of the house.
Yeah, it gets me out of the house, and I want to be. If I keep going, I could actually literally be the last comic standing.
Right. You don't care about the TV show. You want to be the last comic standing in the world.
For real.
Yeah.
I want to be 75 and work in the Funny Bones.
Right. So, and also when you go on the road, it gives your wife a chance to socialize with people. I would imagine, yeah. Anyway, you've got to go see Robert Schimmel's comedy special, Life Since Then, on Showtime. That's a big accolade when you can have a show on Showtime.
It's been the last hour special I did was in 2000, right before I got diagnosed.
Isn't this a lot of pressure for you? Because now when they put it on Showtime, you have to come up with a whole new act when you travel around the country. You can no longer do that act.
Right.
Am I correct?
Yeah, you can. Yeah. I think you could do it once because people want to see you live that's only saw you on Showtime.
Right.
But the second time around, it's not like a band where you could do the best of. Then they go, we've heard this already. I'm on Conan tonight. I taped it. I'm curious to see how much it's going to actually air.
What did you do on there?
Well, they make you go through standards and practices, and you have to run the whole set.
It's a whole different set of rules on
No, it really is.
Yeah.
And they're really great to me there, but, you know, standards and practices is really, really sensitive. So I was going to do this thing about me going to Puerto Vallarta and going parasailing, and then I'm standing on the beach wearing a parachute like a mental patient, and then this rope pulls me into the water and up in the air, and when I'm up there, I get diarrhea, and I'm shitting on the, while I'm in the air. And they said, oh, no. You can't say mental patient.
No.
You can't say mental patient.
Wow. Yeah, you didn't
because
get up
they're afraid. No, the diarrhea thing's okay.
Yeah.
The mental patient, forget it.
Wow, no kid. I'm shocked by that.
Yeah, so then I get on there, and, Conan says, have fun. And so I think he really means it. So I go out there.
Right.
And I said that my wife, we were in Maui, she wanted me to go on a 3-man sub with her. And I said, the way my life works, this guy's going to take me to the bottom of the ocean, stop the sub, and say, here's the part where one of you guys blow me or we're not going anywhere. and you don't know my wife because she'd be going, Bob, you better hurry up because we're going to miss the luau. And I didn't run that by them. And I looked at the audience and I said, I don't know if any of you have ever had sex on a submarine, but my ears were popping like there was no tomorrow. Well, I got off and they said, what? You didn't run that by us.
Right. Well, you didn't.
And I said, so? And they said, well, you're hinting that you had sex with a guy. And I said, yeah, but he wasn't a mental patient.
You are so right about this standards and practices thing. I read a thing in the paper. Will Ferrell was promoting a new movie, a play.
A play on Broadway.
And in the commercial, he says, douchebag. Uses the word douchebag. Now, I know because I've been through the mill with the word douchebag. I used to say it on the radio in Washington. Yeah. When I came to New York, they stopped me from saying douchebag. They took Will Ferrell's commercial. They pulled it off the air. No douchebag. Can't say that. And I was very shocked by that the first time it ever happened to me. I mean, what do you mean you can't say douchebag? What's a douchebag? They go, well, that's a bag where women put in
douche
in their vagina and this and that. I said, you're being a little too literal, I think.
Yeah, they really do. Because actually the beginning of the bit was that I was claustrophobic and that I can't even go on the sub at Disneyland. And that doesn't even go underwater. And I said, now they changed it, and it's like it's the Nemo ride. It's the same fucking sub from when Disney was still alive. They just have a different color fish they shake in front of the window. So there's like a line, and it says 2 hours from here. So I said, when I was running the set, I told my kid, I'm not waiting in this line. If you want to go on this ride, you better start stuttering or limping or something. Because and then he was like, Nemo. They said, no. You can't do that because somebody might call and say, hey, my kid's like that, and that's not funny.
Right. I can't believe you're still at that phase of your life where you're going to Disneyland, Nemo, all this stuff.
I have a 5-year-old and a 3.5-year-old.
You're too old for this stuff.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, of course. I'm too old for this stuff. I'm younger than you. This is too much for me to even comprehend.
When was the last time you were at Disneyland?
Never.
There you go.
Hey, so you're going on Conan. You taped it already.
Yeah.
Now, are you allowed on Kimmel now that Sarah's mad at you? I think maybe you'll be banned.
No. I got asked to be on there, and I don't think that there's a connection between that. And I don't think he connects me to Jess, just like she doesn't.
All right, let's see.
Not
because
really.
I don't know, because Sarah has it in for you and your daughter.
Not for me.
Yes, well, not for you, but indirectly, she's got to take it out on you. I think you're in big trouble.
Okay, well, what else is new?
Bob Schimmel, as I was saying, a comedy special, Life Since Then, this month on Showtime. That's a big deal. What's that, an hour?
It's an hour. Premiered last night, yeah.
The DVD of Bob's special is available at Amazon.com.
Yeah, thanks to all you pirates out there. They're releasing the DVD the same time the special comes out.
And Bob's book, Cancer on $5 a Day, is still available on paperback.
It just came out on paperback.
Right. It was available in hardcover, and now it's in paperback. And let's take a couple of phone calls. Hi, Matt. You're on the air. Bob Schimmel is here, and you're in Pasadena, California, Matt.
Yeah, I just wanted to apologize for something I said to Bob like 10 years ago.
What'd you say?
Well, I was in a comedy club. I don't remember this, Bob. It was in Rhode Island, and I'm in a wheelchair. I'm a comic. I kind of had the run of the place, and I was totally wired out of my tits. And I went in there, and I was trying to prove, I guess, that I was a comic. I had worked with Lenny Clark the night before, and he got out of doing this interview by saying he had a thing the next day with early in the morning for kids with cancer. And I go to Bob, I go, can you imagine that? Kids with cancer. Does it get any better than that? And it wasn't until the next day when I sobered up that I realized, holy shit, he was looking at me like, are you an asshole or an idiot? You know,
what kind of thing is that? I don't even understand this story. It's crazy.
The most famous thing, if you only know one thing about Bob, is that he did this incredible bit about his kid dying of cancer.
Yeah, I know that, but
yeah, it was on this show. That's the only place I ever did it.
Yeah, but we feel very honored, by the way.
Yeah,
that Bob would do that here.
But anyway, I'm really sorry, Bob. I don't
All right, thank you, man.
That's okay. You know what? I didn't even remember that you did it. And I don't know what wired out of your tits means, really.
Yeah, that sounded very strange to me. And quite frankly,
from a guy.
Yeah, I don't think you really let the audience affect you when you go around the country doing these shows, do you?
No, well, I don't want people to be offended. I thought he was going to say that he was offended that I did a joke about a wheelchair and that he came over and he was in a wheelchair. But no.
I almost fell asleep during his story, quite frankly. I couldn't even believe it. So anyway.
I'll tell you who texted me, though. Taya Parker.
Taya Parker?
Penthouse Pet of the Year. I hosted the Exotic Dancer Awards when she won. So she started texting me going, I'm going to be on Howard Stern. She said, why don't you fly into New York and go on with me? And Melissa was like, no, you're not going to go on with a stripper. Every time you say we have problems, you're going to show up with her. And she texted me yesterday and said, good luck on there. She's a really nice girl.
Do you do that with your wife to make her jealous, that kind of thing?
No, because she knows that Taya would never do anything, and neither would I, because I can't afford to. I can't.
No, you can't, not with what you're paying out.
I know, like sports guys that pay less than I do.
Why is that?
Because they
rappers.
They pay less than I do.
Why did what does your lawyer say about that? Did you say to him, I know rappers who pay less?
Yeah. He said, you don't have any money to pay me to ask me any questions anymore. So this guy has like a $25,000 retainer, and then he calls me up and says, who do you like in the playoffs? And I said, is the clock running? Because they charge like crazy money just to read a letter. I mean,
it's ridiculous.
It's a nightmare once you get involved in that stuff.
And well, she's, my 18-year-old moved back in with me, so she lives with me now, and Vicky only has Jacob. And to want more money for him, where there's no way she's spending that kind of money on him.
$120 a year.
She's living with a guy.
Right.
And when I performed in Vegas last time, Jessica called me up, and she said, Mom is coming up to Vegas with her boyfriend. And I said, so? She goes, I hope you don't run into her. And I said, you know how big Vegas is, and there's a lot of people here. And Melissa was going to come up to surprise me. And Melissa and Vicky don't really get along. And if they would have wound up together in the lobby of the hotel, it would have beat the Oscar De La Hoya fight. And
why don't they get along?
Why don't they get
That's
along?
bad,
No, why? Because both of us put her in the middle.
I see.
And that's bad. They don't want to be there.
She had to choose.
So then Lee calls me up and goes, okay, this is fucked up. Now, I wasn't supposed to tell you this. Melissa's on her way up here with the kids, driving up.
Right.
And Vicky's on her way up here with the boyfriend. And I said, so what? So what? Vicky's staying at the hotel I'm performing at. And I'm coming into the lobby from press. I'm on the marquee. I'm on a billboard on the 15 freeway.
Why would she want to do that? She's angry with you. Why would she want to
I walk in, there she is with the boyfriend who I never met. This guy's living in my house. And she goes, what a surprise. It would be a surprise if you ran into me in the ladies' room at Circus, not here in the hotel that I'm working in. Why would you show up here? And then, I'm not making this shit up. You know I'm not.
I know.
And then I said, I want to meet your boyfriend because I haven't met him. He lives with you. She said, there's no reason for you to meet. And I said, yes, there is. I have a 9-year-old son that lives in the house with this guy, and I've never met him.
That's true.
So then the guy comes over. I said, I just want to tell you that Aaliyah, my daughter, and Jacob told me that you're a really nice guy, and you treat them really cool, and I really appreciate that.
Right.
And he said, can I talk to you man to man? Mm-hmm. And I said, oh, why? Could one of us be a girl? And he puts his arm around me and takes me like 3 steps away, but in earshot of Vicky, and says, why don't you be a man and step up to the plate and give some more money to your wife, because we can't live on what you're sending. We can't live on what you're sending.
Wow.
And that's exactly the amount that she's asking for is the amount he asked for in the lobby at the Monte Carlo. So then that wasn't enough.
Does he work, though? I mean, can he help out with,
Why would he?
busy.
Why would he when they have
why would he?
Why would he when they have a Jew donkey like supporting them? So
He's busy helping to
Can you
spend.
Jew donkey.
Can you say to the
spend Bob's
I hope my
money.
parents don't hear that.
Can you say to the judge, look, I don't believe they need this much money. Can you at least appeal? Can you throw yourself
Are
on
you
the mercy
kidding?
of the court?
Mercy of the court? I
Yeah.
spent the night in jail when we were going through divorce. There's no mercy there. Are you kidding?
Why did you go to jail when you were going through a divorce?
Because I can't keep my mouth shut. So here's what happened. When they were trying to figure out spousal maintenance and child support, her lawyer had a chart on the wall. It was really big. And they picked the year 2000 to pick what income they were going to judge the spousal maintenance and child support on.
Oh,
2000 is the year that I
they
shot
have
the pilot.
They have a big chart of all the money you earned on the wall.
Yes. So it says Robert Schimmel, 1999 to 2000.
Right.
That's the year I shot my HBO special.
Right.
I had the record deal with Warner Brothers.
They
I
picked
shot
the best
pilot
year of your
with
career.
Fox.
They picked the best year of your career.
Yeah, and all the personal appearances. And it has that number up there. And underneath, it said Vicky Schimmel, and there was a red 0.
Right.
And her lawyer said, as you can see, Mr. Schimmel earned this amount of money in the year 2000, and Mrs. Schimmel earned nothing. And she said, what does that tell you, Your Honor? And I said, well, it tells me she should get a job because it looks she's not contributing.
Right.
I mean, her own
Absolutely.
lawyer is showing you. And
And they threw you in jail for that?
Yeah.
Contempt of court.
Contempt of court. I
Look
just
at you.
spend the night in there. So, and now I got to go back to a hearing, and Lee or somebody's going to go with me because they're afraid to let me go by myself because I'll get tossed again.
Why didn't your lawyer put up a big picture of your wife, what she looked like in, let's say, 1995, and then what she looks like now? And then start, if you want to start making comparisons.
Yeah, that doesn't work, especially because we had a female judge.
Yeah, that would suck with a female judge.
Well,
Female
I'm sorry
judge.
you're going through that. I've never met your first wife. I don't know the boyfriend. They're probably lovely people.
They are.
It's just, it's a hard situation. It's a tough situation. What are you going to do?
A lot of people in show
Right.
business have that story because show business, your earnings are so sporadic, and then they picked up the best year, and then
Well, it's not only that.
Have you ever had a year like that since? No. I mean, for God's sake,
I haven't had 3 years in a row that have added up to that.
Right.
And they don't know about show business in Phoenix. That's where the divorce was.
Right,
So when you tell a
motherfuckers.
lawyer, wait a minute, don't go by that number because I got an agent that gets 10%.
Right.
I got a manager that gets 15%.
And you might never have another year like that ever.
Yeah. So she
they're
said,
putting up before commission, gross before.
yeah, gross. It's the gross number. So
my
the judge
God.
goes, well, what does your agent do? Well, he procures my work, and
Yeah.
he gets 10% for that.
Right.
She said, well, then what does your manager do? And I said, well, I've been trying to figure that out for like 3 years. Then I said, I have a CPA. He charges 5%.
That's
Then you have the
reaming. That is
lawyer.
just
Then you have
a
a publicist. Then you like at least 40% to the IRS. So that money is just, that's a false number up there.
Was the judge, false. Did the judge understand that or no?
No.
Did not understand that. Well, Artie, return the cupcakes. What are you doing? The guy needs food.
I'll tell you what. If I were him, I'd be lucky if I got a Danish from the corner. This is a $200 box of cupcakes.
If you were him, you'd be
That's
on heroin,
nice to
right?
say on the air when I'm fighting to tell her I don't have the money to give her.
Well, it's a gift.
$200 cupcakes.
No,
Robert
these are
Schimmel.
$1.50 tops.
Well, let me tell you something. In fact, as a treat, I'll show you how good these cupcakes are. Howard TV sped up Artie eating your cupcakes in high speed.
Oh yeah,
really?
He just
I had
polished
2 of them.
He had 2 of them. Here, look at the screen if you can see it. There, it is. And there goes Artie.
This is my favorite.
I love how you use a napkin.
Yeah.
Well, you need a napkin.
Dainty.
What am I, an animal?
While we were doing the interview, here's what Artie was doing. All right.
Well, I don't want to. You guys are talking about serious shit.
I did an interview yesterday, a phoner, with this guy that came back to see us when we did that show up in, was it Rhode Island or wherever?
Yeah,
Not the tent with the spider.
The Chicopee, Massachusetts.
That
Chinese restaurant place.
No, wherever it was, where Bill Blumenreich had the bottle of Jack Daniels or whatever is in the back, and he said I was going to buy, or Johnny Walker,
Right, Jack Daniels.
He said I was going to buy you like this best one, and he goes, I don't care, I don't know the difference, and You went up there. I don't know how you walked on stage. I was convinced that I was going to be on the liver transplant list just from being in the green room with him.
Yeah, he drinks a lot.
He went up there. He's supposed to do 45. I'm supposed to do 45.
Right.
He opens with this thing about the N-word where I haven't heard it that many times in my life.
Right.
And he's just going and going and going and
You
going.
don't use the N-word at all in your act?
No.
No, you use foul language, though.
Yeah, I don't think it's foul language.
Right,
It's
language.
appropriate to what I'm talking about.
He's a really smart, dirty comic, Bob.
Right.
It's like,
It's not in the
It's not
punchline.
gratuitous, right?
Yeah.
Listen.
Yeah, that was Bill Blumenreich. There's a guy. I wish I had his money from comedy. Bill
Yeah, he said you could stay at our house, and then he's complaining that he doesn't make money, and he has a Rolls Royce in the driveway. Remember that?
He picked us up in a Bentley.
Yeah.
This guy promotes comedy. You know, picked us up in a Bentley, and he goes, well, you could stay at my house because we had one gig in Cape Cod. The next gig was in, like, Chicopee, Massachusetts. He goes, you stay at my house in Cape Cod. So we're like, great. He picks us up in a $200,000 Bentley that says comedy on the license plate. And me and Bob are in the back going, we're on the wrong side of this business. He pulls up to a mansion on the ocean.
And he's singing the blues.
Go be funny, Jew donkey.
Yeah, he's singing the blues.
He had a Jew and a guinea donkey.
You're not kidding. See Robert Schimmel's comedy special, Life Since Then, on Showtime. I encourage you to see it, to see what a real master is like when he's working at his craft. And the DVD of Bob's special is available at Amazon.
That's right. That might actually get me the money to pay my wife.
I doubt it. It sounds like you got a big nut.
Bob, on the road, do you still do this? You take a suit everywhere? He's real old school. He takes a suit. He's got, you know, the tailored suit pressed and everything.
I like when a comic comes out and he wears a suit. It means he's taking his job seriously.
Oh, no, yeah.
You're in the hands of a
That's
professional.
right. I would like to see you go to that. When you lose a few pounds, you'll get a nice suit.
We need 4 of Bob's suits to show together.
Artie was so funny that night. And, you know, he toasts the audience, and that gives them the message to start sending shots up to the stage. And he doesn't want to, you know, offend anybody. So
he's a gentleman.
He just drinks them like, I mean, they were lining them up on the floor like they were lights in a runway at the airport.
Artie hates to offend.
Yeah.
And the DVD of Bob's special is available at Amazon.com. Bob's book, Cancer, on $5 a day. Read it. Real funny. Now available on paperback. Anything with cancer in the title is always a scream. Bob, I love you. And it's always great seeing you.
Good luck.
Thanks.
I hope you make the $120,000 this month. I really do. I'm pulling for you. We'll be back right after these words. The great Bob Schimmel, everyone.
Robert.
Hey, man.
How's it being back on the show?
Oh, it's great. Are you kidding? A year is too long to wait. It really is.
It is, man.
Yeah.
So you brought cupcakes for Howard's birthday, and Artie devours them.
Well, my manager called me and said, you know, Artie loves cupcakes. Bring him a cupcake. And I knew that McCartney brought a guitar in yesterday, but I can't afford a guitar. I was going to try and go to Sam Ash and get him like a guitar pick. So I just figured I'd get a dozen donuts and then they could all split them.
Make for good.
But Howard's been great for me, and but you know, in my real life, in my real world where I live, people think that everything in there is absolutely 100% the truth, and some of them don't want to be in show business.
So you had a good time today, man?
I had a great time.
Great, thanks for stopping.
First time in like 5 or 6 years that I was alone without Jessica.
Oh, really?
Let me look at Paul McCartney.
There he is.
Look at you.
Hello.
You got a guitar.
To you, a very merry on birthday to Howard.
Whoa.
That's for you, man. That's a gift.
Whoa.
It's a birthday gift. Where am I going?
Get the hell out.
Where am I going to sit?
To the couch.
On the couch?
To Howard, happy birthday, Paul McCartney. Is this one of your basses?
No.
Oh. What did
It's
you
yours.
pick that up?
No, really. Where'd you get this bass?
It's me and the crew here. Concocted. It's for your 4th column.
But what is this bass? Tell me so I understand what I have here in my hands.
It is a Hofner bass, similar to the one that I play.
Right.
And
I am going to cherish that.
I hope so.
I recognize it.
You know, I mean, I really have this unbelievable feeling about you, and I'm honored you would be here today.
Yeah.
And I'm so happy you're here. I even went home last night, listened to your new record.
You did?
Fantastic. I was playing some tracks from it this morning. I think you had a home run with this.
You're
Who's this
onto
guy?
something with this music. You should keep with
You
it.
think so?
Stick with it. The guy Youth, right? That's the guy you work with.
Yeah.
And but the project is called what? Fire?
Yeah, what we do, it started a long time ago, and we decided to kind of go under a pseudonym, me and him. He's a DJ, kind of clubby kind of guy.
Right.
Who wants to do a mix for me. So we decided we'd go in the studio and just have fun.
Right.
And not work.
Right.
So we concocted this idea of the fireman. So we went in and we kind of made sort of like clubby ding-a-dong-a-ding-a-dong-a-ding-a-dong music.
Right.
We just made a couple of albums like that.
No vocal tracks.
No vocal tracks.
Right.
But so this time we went in, we said, let's do it again. This time we went in, he started saying to me, well, what about vocal, man?
Right.
I said, I haven't got a song. He says, yeah, well.
But do you sit there and write a lyric?
No, so I just stood up at the mic, and we had the track going, kind of, we got a groove going. And I just stood up at the mic and went, well, yeah, okay, now, ballet, and just started throwing things at it, And then I'd hear a bit of a lyric, or we'd look in a poetry book or something, and we'd see silent lovers, oh yeah, angels smiling. So we just started to concoct it and put it together and paste it.
That's how you do it? You don't sit down and write something down in a book?
No, so that's the fireman. That's the whole thing about the fireman. He can do anything.
I think it's real good stuff.
Thank you.
I like it a lot. I played a couple of tracks this morning for everyone, and I'll play some more. But it's exciting for me to see you making new music and to put your voice down on there. It's good. You're doing a good thing.
Have you ever gotten into a slump with music? Have you ever said, I need to be away from it for a while, or has it always been there for you?
I'm very lucky. That doesn't really happen. You kind of think it will.
Mm-hmm.
Why do so many of the songs deal with the light? In other words, I see references to light shining through. And my theory was, I was being a psychologist, you went through a dark period, shitty marriage, which, by the way, who told you to get the prenup? Do you remember?
Stop it, Howard.
When you were on my show.
Let's not say I told you so.
I'm gonna do a little I told you so. You said to me, I know I'm in love. And you told me a whole story how an owl told you yes, and this is the right move. Do you remember the owl story?
No.
You forgot everything.
I deny everything.
And I said to you, never mind an owl. I want you to get a prenup. And you said some people believe in love and some people believe in romance. Oh, you don't care about that. No prenup.
I don't know. I don't think so.
Oh, of course he got to do one. Come on.
No, man. Didn't Michael Douglas do one and then he's kind of cancelled it?
He ripped it up.
But he said that doesn't count.
He's insane.
Yeah, but he's a moron. He's not a Beatle.
You know what? He might just be in love.
Yeah. If I was you, I'd find that owl, and I know you're a vegan, but I'd eat that owl. For once, you make an exception and eat the bird.
Oh, man.
But I was worried, because I said all these references to light.
Yeah.
It says almost you're saying now there's a light shining on me. I'm free.
Yeah.
I feel better.
Well, the
happy.
thing is, when you do a project like The Fireman, because you're not actually sitting down and crafting the song, I think what happens is, psychologically, I think stuff that's just in you comes out because that's all you've got to pull on. So I think love and light and
and it's a darker, edgier album than I think you've ever put out, and I think it's because you went through a dark place, and sometimes creatively that's maybe what you need.
That could be true.
Maybe
I don't
life
know.
was too
I'm not
perfect.
a psychologist.
The eventual birth of something good.
And by the way, I feel now that there is almost like a TV show going on in front of our eyes, The Bachelor, starring Paul McCartney. Everyone's trying to date you now.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Well, hold it a second.
Are you?
Well, Robin is, and I'll get to that in a minute.
He's after me.
There's a couple of girls here that actually want to throw themselves at you. But here's the thing. There was a period of time after the divorce, I saw you dating Renee Zellweger, a couple of dates with her, who I think is attractive. I like her. Maybe
Sweet girl.
she's good to me. Mrs. Paul McCartney, Mrs. Renee Zellweger, I like that.
Zellweger McCartney?
I thought Zellweger McCartney might work out. I saw Christy Brinkley, when I saw you over the summer, she was throwing herself at you.
Howard,
Paul,
you know what, Howard? You read too many newspapers. This is it. See, I'll tell you, want to know the truth about that?
Yeah.
I was at, they had a series of concerts out in East Hampton.
I was there.
You were there.
I saw you.
And at one of these, my nephew, who I went with, Lee, he just sort of said, "Oh, Chrissy's over there. Do you want to say hi?"
Yes.
So I go, "Yeah, sure." So I've known her over the years, Billy's wife, when she was Billy's wife. So I just went over and said, "Hey, how are you doing, Chrissy?" And I did it,
and they photographed.
And they photographed it. So then the next thing, Paul makes up to Chrissy. Wow, it's the big new thing. It was all over the English newspapers. And then same thing happened with Renee, really. She was a friend of a friend, and I went to a lunch where she was. And so then,
But hold it. The
But
thing
aren't
with
you
Renee...
trying to meet these people? You go to a lunch with her?
You're more social than you've ever been now.
I'm a social person, Howard.
No, you have to put yourself out there because you're dating. And you are a man who needs love. This is why I feel very connected to you.
You don't like to be alone.
I feel you're very evolved this way.
Does anyone like to be alone?
No.
I think, guys like romance.
You never made
I do, anyway.
You never made out with Renee Zellweger?
I did not. And now, Howard, you're going there again. I remember last time I came on the show.
She's fine.
She's a very nice person.
But not your type.
No, I mean, the
date didn't work out.
It wasn't like that.
But it is like that.
No, it isn't.
If
romance.
you didn't
Howard,
like her, you would have gone out with her again.
I was there. I was the guy.
To her? Are you attracted to her?
I think she's a very nice person.
But you would not go out with her?
I think you're a very nice person.
Would you go out with me?
No.
I would.
Was there a thing with Rosanna Arquette?
Yeah, now, Rosanna Arquette, that was the other one.
There were some ladies during that summer that I did date, and
I would love to have sex with her. Rosanna Arquette.
But Howard, I think you would love to have sex with anyone. I mean, or am I wrong?
You are right.
I thought so.
So you were into this whole dating scenario that I was following because I'm worried about you. I am. I want you to find love. I want you to be connected to somebody good. I was horribly affected by your divorce. I didn't like what was going on one bit. And
I don't know if you heard
it.
us during that time, but...
No, I didn't. I was in England. Probably a good thing, was it?
But you know what I respect about you? You took the high road.
You know what, man? I mean, things don't always work out.
You're
and,
telling me.
you know that.
Right.
And I like the idea of trying to be kind of reasonably dignified. I don't think it helps to really go mouthing off all the time. And the other thing you got to remember, I got kids,
And you got a daughter with Heather.
I got a little baby, yeah. And so that's very much part of the equation. So in truth, what I'm trying to say to you now is I don't really talk about that.
Good for you.
So should we talk about the fireman?
Are you happy? Yes, I'm going to talk about the photo. Are you happy with this new broad you're with?
No.
Who's that?
The new woman. The rich one. I like her for you. I'll tell you why.
The New Yorker.
The New Yorker. I'll tell you why I like her for you. And I'll get off it. But let me tell you why I like this broad. I don't know her name. Nancy. I like her.
You do know her name.
I had to think about it.
Why do you like her for him?
Because Nancy Chevelle, she got her own
You
money.
don't know her name?
And that's a good thing. Sir Paul's got to be very, very nervous about that.
Everyone knew her as
You're a very
Nancy.
wealthy man. Everyone knew her as Nancy.
Yeah,
you know that.
I know.
Right.
It's all coming
They
true.
said her name was Miguel, but she called herself Lil. You understand what I'm saying? So my point is, this one, I don't know her from a hole in the wall. What do I know about you and your dating and whether she satisfies you sexually? I don't know. I can only guess.
Yeah.
I mean, who could satisfy you sexually? You're Paul McCartney.
You.
You think I could?
I've got a feeling, Howard, and that's really why I came on this show.
You never made love to a man.
No, I haven't actually, no.
There's a new book out about John that claims
Have you read that book?
Have you read that?
You know, that rumor came out a long time ago, and the thing was, the person that started the rumor, the book that it was in, he didn't know John.
Right.
And whereas I did. So I said to people, around about that time, I said, look, I was on tour with John. I grew up with John. We slept in the same bed in hotel rooms. We topped and tailed it like kids do, and you're growing up. And I said, and never once did I see any hint of that. Now, we spent drunken nights together. Right. I think there would have been a hint. Don't you?
Here's what
somewhere. If he was gay, I think there would have just been a hint somewhere. But it was a rumor started years ago that I think it's a nice story if you can make it stick. But I don't think it's true.
Here's what the book claimed. Your sexuality was so powerful over him. He was so enamored of you, so attracted to you almost, that you could have your way with him, not sexually.
Did you feel a power
but in
over
business,
him?
that you had that he was sort of at your mercy because he was so in love with you. That was the theory in the book.
Well, I like that theory.
Yeah, you wish that could have been true.
No, man.
No, not to have sex, but to be able to control him more because it would have been a little bit easier business-wise.
But Howard, listen, man.
Yeah.
You can make up theories about anything.
Do you imagine if you were gone and he was here, they'd be saying he had the power over you?
I think that might be very very true. I mean, we can make a Benny do that. And that is really, particularly with the Beatles, that's what happens. They just take one tiny fragment of evidence and they blow it up into a book. Even, Yes. Now, the thing is, let's start right here now. Why is she behind that glass? Because she is so... away from you. Robin is so powerfully attracted to you and the power you have over her.
That's true.
You know what I mean? We
she
can
is
make
in
that
love with
stick.
Sure. Make it stick. She's in love with me. Trust me.
You wish.
Come on.
He's already started that rumor.
Do you want 30... While we're talking about love for a second,
yes.
and before because I want to play some tracks from the record, and I'm gonna be very complimentary because you did a good job here. And when you do a good job, I'll let you know it.
Thank you, Howard.
All right. Now, Robin, do you want to say something to Paul about how you feel about him?
Well, I just
you said this morning you would
say,
Go ahead.
I'm throwing my hat into the ring. You need someone to be with, and I'm here for you. And I'm a vegan, so we don't have that issue.
Robin, what is going on? I'm thinking I'm just coming on a radio show, and this is...
We could be very happy
It's the dating game.
I was shocked. She said she wants you.
Happy together.
Well, I'm very flattered.
Isn't she a perfect date for the inauguration?
Take me to the inauguration, Paul, please.
Now Artie wants you too, but I'll let him talk about that.
He can have his turn later.
In all seriousness, there does seem like there's a sweepstakes out there for you. It's a dating sweepstakes. And listen, and you know what I'm going to tell you? Enjoy yourself a little bit.
Just imagine being an eligible bachelor.
Yeah.
It's like
at this time.
That'd be good.
It's like your daughter Stella said. Dad, be a little more selective.
The kids would
Did
like
she say
me,
that?
Paul.
Yes.
The kids would like me. Kids like me.
Yeah.
Do they?
Yes.
Well, okay then. It's inauguration all the way.
So
now, you listen, Howard. You are bad. You come on this show. You just make all this up. I love you.
What have I made
you're
up?
Bad.
What have I made up? You were dating this girl.
No,
Nancy.
you made that up. Yeah, but I mean, you're throwing Robin at me.
She loves
Throwing me at you.
Show Paul your breasts.
Oh, stop it. I don't think he would like that.
You ever dated a black woman? Ever gone interracial?
Sure he have.
Oh, what do you mean? How do you know?
I know all about it.
Have you dated black women?
Yes, I have.
You have. When was that period of time?
Back in the day.
Before Linda?
It was in the day. It was
really?
Before John fell in love with me. Stop it.
Too much.
Yeah.
All right, listen. We have to get to a lot of stuff. When you come in here, it's not often I get a hold of you.
Oh.
I think you were just rejected.
I'll live, I suppose.
Robin owns 2 homes, by the way, just so you know. What do you think of that?
Honestly.
Right. So now,
I made, I was thinking of making my pitch all this time.
you got to answer some Beatle type questions before we get to
That's okay. I like the Beatles.
All right.
Very good band.
Just tell me something about Abbey Road for 1 second. Because we were having a discussion before he came in and everyone was throwing out questions. I had heard that Abbey Road was not supposed to be called Abbey Road. You were going to call it something like Mount Everest or something.
Yeah.
This is true?
That is true, yeah.
What is the story there?
Well, you're making an album, and towards the end of the album, you start thinking, well, we need a title for this. So you're looking around, you're fishing around. And the engineer, Jeff Emmerich, who is our Beatle engineer, who did all the great sounds for us, was smoking cigarettes called Everest. They're like a kind of menthol cigarette at the time. And we kind of looked at that and said, Everest. It's kind of, it's big, it's heroic. That could be good for the album. So that was the working title. But the more we thought of it, we went, no, this is not great. And just one day we were in Abbey Road working, and I just sort of said, well, look, why not Abbey Road? Because if we did that, we could just run outside. Right. There's a level crossing, as we call it out there, zebra crossing. And we could just stand there, we could get photographed, come back to work. It'd take 2 seconds.
Right.
I said, and it's not a bad title, Abbey Road. To us, it was kind of just the name of a studio. But I thought if you take it out of context, it kind of sounds like Monastery Lane. Abbey Road.
Isn't it weird how just a simple thought like that becomes a legend? I mean, that's iconic now, Abbey Road.
Yeah.
And yet it could have been called Everest. And that would have required the Beatles to fly to Mount Everest and do a whole photo shoot. So in a way, it was sort of a lazy approach.
It was a cheap approach.
What do you think of Ringo now coming out with this statement? He will not sign anything. Did you see Peace and Love, Peace and Love?
Yeah. Have you heard that?
I love him.
It's the great.
I think he's cool, man. I mean, you got to love Ringo.
Yeah.
The thing is, the truth is, Ringo was always like that.
Right.
Really?
He was the one, if fans came to his door, he'd just say, piss off.
Right.
And he would not have anything. He said, you know, this is my private life. Out there, I'm a Beatle, that's fine, and I'll do things, you know, when we go to shows, but I'm at home with babies and a wife. I don't want that.
But it's a big statement to come out with.
Yeah, I know it is,
all of a sudden, I will not sign anything. I said on the air, I said, listen, Ringo's not that busy. I mean, Paul McCartney.
He was too busy. He said he was too busy.
I mean, no, but too busy. What is he busy with? That he's so busy.
Now he's signing mine now.
Right. I mean,
I've
you
sent him mine.
Things. You sign things from time to time.
I
mean,
just signed outside the studio.
Absolutely. It's not a big deal.
No, but the thing is, listen, he has the right to do whatever he wants to do in life.
You know who?
And he doesn't want to do that. And I think it's very brave of Ringo. I like that about Ringo. He'd just go, you know, peace and love, I'm not going to sign. And everyone go, what? I mean, you know what happened to him? He went up to Liverpool. Liverpool was just declared the capital of culture in Europe.
Right.
And so it was a big year for our hometown, Liverpool. So Ringo goes up there, and he opens the ceremony, he plays. The whole city loves him. He's the favourite son. Right. And he comes back down to London. He goes on a talk show, and the guy sort of says, well, you know, you must love Liverpool and miss it. He goes, no, really. And so all the people in Liverpool going, ooh. And there was some, you know, the topiary stuff where they make statues out of hedges.
Yes.
Well, there was one with the Beatles, you know, up in Liverpool, and his head got cut off shortly after.
They were mad at him.
They were mad at him.
So
I mean, you know, you've got to love him. I love him.
I play that statement almost every day on the air. But you know how you get him in line?
Well, they're now saying that he's refraining from making any new messages because he got so much flack from that.
You know who's sitting and waiting to sign things? Pete Best. He'll sign anything.
We've had him on here, you know.
When you release these early Beatles anthology things, you know, like Yoko gives you permission whenever you have to go through all that mess.
How you two doing?
How you and Yoko
Fine.
doing? Yeah? Wasn't there a 13-minute track you wanted to release that the Beatles had done, and then Yoko said no?
It wasn't Yoko, actually. No, I think George didn't like it at the time.
Right.
The thing is, I was asked to do something in the 60s, and I was kind of grooving around London, and the other guys were kind of living out a little bit in the suburbs.
Right.
They'd all got married, so I was just kind of grooving around, and I got asked to do a piece of music for a thing called the Carnival of Light, which is a real sort of hippie thing, man.
Right.
And it was great, you know, and the guy said, you could do anything. So I just went into the studio before a Beatles session, and when the guys came in, I said, look, can we just have 15 minutes where I'll just organise a little bit of craziness? Is everyone up for it? And the guy said, yeah, sure, you know. So I said, okay, well, just wander around and just hit anything you want, just say anything you want, just play a ding on the piano,
right,
or go dum-dum on the drums. Or say,
avant-garde music. Yes.
Avant-garde.
Yes.
As George used to call it, avant-garde a clue.
Yeah.
So I said, well, we'll just do this for 15 minutes, and then that's me covered. I'll give it to the guy. We'll put a lot of echo on it.
Right.
So we did that, and it is 15 minutes of avant-garde Beatle music. Now, because the Beatles was such a big thing, it now is of interest.
Right.
But, you know, I meet people at like my kid's school. There's like a nice dinner lady there who I chat to. She said, ooh, new Beatles music, 15 minutes. Ooh. I said, I don't think you'd like it.
Right. Nobody might
It's
like
not
it.
what you're thinking it is.
Right.
It's kind of, hey, about you. Yeah, whoop, 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 whoop.
But you were willing to let it out there, but
cool.
George was against it.
You know, and I thought it might be good on the anthology.
Right.
Where we were putting everything out. It was like every old bootleg we'd ever done. And I thought that might be an interesting part of the kind of 60s story. I thought that was the perfect place
Is that good for Pete Best financially? Because some of that stuff did include him. Does he get a cut of some of the dough? So that's nice. Do you ever write him a check? Do you ever say, you know, I feel so bad for this son of a bitch when we threw him out of the band?
No,
Don't feel anything.
No. I feel it. You know, I know his
pain.
I know his brother. I know the family and stuff, and we chat and stuff.
He hasn't written you letters from time to time, said, listen, come on, help me out. It's killing me. You
How
guys,
about a reunion?
He's got his pride, Howard.
He does. Was he thrown out of the band because he was so good looking?
No.
It was his drumming.
You know what? The truth was, we just kind of fell in love with Ringo's drumming.
Right.
Ringo was in another band, and we had Pete, and we were working, and we used to go see this other band. We said, God, that drummer's good.
Right.
And one night, Pete couldn't do it, and Ringo sat in for him, and we all just went, It was like, oh my God, what is
What do we do
happening?
now?
There was something funny going on. Behind us was this powerhouse and this person who was like taking care of the job, and we went, oh dear.
Is the lesson learned from that never miss work, just show up and don't give anyone that opportunity? That's probably
even if you're very ill,
right?
Show up.
No,
don't let Ringo sit in for you.
I haven't spoken to you since George Harrison died. I mean, how you doing with that? That's got to be major.
Well, you know, how are you doing with everyone dying? You know, like your mum and dad. I mean, you know, I've lost both my parents. I lost John, lost George, lost Linda. It's very tough. You want them back.
Right.
You want them back all the time, you know. But I think in the end you do what I do, I think most people do, which is just remember the great stuff.
Right.
You know you can't get them back.
Are you sad every day? Do you wake up feeling like there's an empty hole in your heart? Especially with Linda gone.
Not every day, but, you know, through my life now, you know, if there's ever a reference or if ever I think of a story, including George,
right.
Obviously there's a sadness to it now that wasn't there before.
Is his son in touch with you at all? His son looks eerily like him. I mean, it's just like the
he's
same.
Great. Danny's a lovely boy. Yeah.
What is he? He's a musician.
He's a musician,
He's trying.
He is, yeah. He's really good.
Big mistake, though, for any kid of a Beatle to go into music, right?
Well, you know, but again, what are you going to do? It's like children of famous actors, children of famous anything. They're born with the gene.
Yeah.
So you either just go, no, well, I can't top that, or you move into another field, or you just have to go with it, you know. And so you've had Julian.
Right.
You've got John's genes, you know, you've got Sean.
Right.
And Danny. My son James is a great musician. He plays, doing an album with him. And Ringo's kids, you know, are all great drummers.
What's your philosophy with kids? Does James have to go out and make a living, or do you say to him, look, I'm a wealthy man. I'm going to set you up. I'm going to give you a couple $1 million. You got a trust fund. Go ahead, live your life. Go be a musician. And if you never get a job,
I think what you end up doing is kind of something in the middle, because I want anyone these days, particularly my kids, obviously, or the other kids we're talking about, to have a hunger that we had.
How do they have that?
And how do you get it? Well, that's what I mean. So I think you can't get it, is the answer. So you have to come in somewhere in the middle.
So if your son says to you, I want to be a musician, you support that?
Yeah.
And you don't say to him, hey, go get a regular job at a florist and, make a job.
Or if he wanted studio to get, studio time and that kind of thing.
You know, if he wanted to go and, be a florist, he would have done that. Right. But it's in his genes. Since he's 9, he's been playing guitar.
Are you depressed by the world situation right now?
Yeah, I'm not exactly happy about it, but I'm an optimist, I think we've been around. Yeah, I think we've been around a little while. You've seen stuff. You've seen Vietnam. You've seen Nixon. You've seen 9/11.
Right.
You've seen all this stuff, and so, I mean, we're at a not very good place at the moment, especially with the economy.
Right.
But I am an optimist. I sort of think it comes around.
You excited about the new president?
I sure am.
Where are you?
Really am. I'm reading his book.
Where are you living right now? Like, are you
England?
England.
Yeah.
Mostly.
Yeah. Oh, well, totally.
You don't go out to the Hamptons anymore.
I do. In the summer, I go out there to be photographed by the paparazzi.
Right.
And to have my privacy intruded on.
Absolutely. We'd love to see you date. It's fun. I like it. I heard Christy Brinkley, by the way, just to finish that story, was very into you and was really on the hunt for you that night. That's what I heard from my friend.
Well,
yes, and she even got dialed up and was looking for him in a lot of different places. That's what I heard.
She was stalking?
Yeah, not stalking, but very interested.
Well,
you
who can blame her?
You should do it. Give it to her one time.
Howard, you are just so bad.
Honestly. And how do you like being a father now with a young kid?
I love it.
You love it?
I really
Are you
love
hands-on?
Yeah, man.
What do you mean?
I mean,
You're walking around
okay, here you go. Let's see, a typical morning, which will be Monday morning, this Monday.
Go ahead.
I get up at 6:30. I make breakfast. I get her up. I get her dressed, and we watch a TV.
There's no nanny?
No nanny.
What?
I take her. I drive her. We go to school. I talk to the moms, talk to the teacher, drop her off at school, pick her up after school. I love it.
You're not too exhausted?
No.
At this point in your life, you've done it all.
No, I know what you mean. You certainly getting up at 6:30, you go, what am I on? But I love it. I do. I
But you
love
have to
her.
share. But you have to share custody. Isn't it hard to let go of her and send her off with her mom?
No, you know what, Howard? In truth, I don't really want to talk about that because that's very private.
Very private. But you should talk about it with me. Go ahead.
I can tell you because there's nobody listening.
No one is today.
But to all the people who might be listening in their cars, I want to send big kisses and hugs. Okay?
That's right.
But we're just saying, you hate to, miss the days with her when she's not with you.
She's like I say. Let's assume like I'm trying not to talk about her.
Go ahead.
But she is edible.
Right.
She's 5 years old and she's a beautiful, beautiful girl. So I want her to have her privacy. Right. But in answer to your question, yeah, I'm very hands-on and I really love it. It's a thrill. There's such an education.
Do you think you're a different dad?
Yeah, I'm different now, yeah.
You're better.
Well,
the other kids are jealous or resentful of your young child?
No, they've got all their own kids to deal with.
They've come to peace with it. They don't feel like this kid's going to get more of the loot, the McCartney fortune?
No. They're not worried about that.
What is it, Gary? How dare you interrupt my interview?
Mr. McCartney has to go very soon. Sooner
So
than we thought. So we're going to talk about the new record.
Now, I took the album home last night.
Yeah.
And I listened to this because I said, is this going to be good? And it is good. And I'll tell you my two favorite tracks.
Okay.
Because I played them already, but I'll play them again. Now, I don't know if do you put out a single with a record like this?
You kind of put out like a radio play single kind of thing, yeah, but it's not like...
What's the
single?
single?
Sing the Changes.
That's number 3, I think.
Yeah.
Let me play a little of this. But I feel the tracks that you should go with are singles. And what do I know?
You might know something.
As you know, my favorite McCartney song is Blackbird of all time. You understand that?
Oh, thank you.
Well, of course. Everybody should have that as their favorite song.
No, they shouldn't. They should have Maybe I'm Amazed.
That is from Wings.
On the cusp.
On the cusp of the
yeah, okay,
Wings.
all right. I like the two tracks, Highway and Light from Your Lighthouse. I feel you really hit the nail on the head with these tracks.
Oh,
well,
cool.
let me hear.
Let's play them.
What's the single?
All right, here's the single first because I didn't play this morning. I'm not saying this is a bad track. I like it.
Yeah. I'm into it already. Listen to that guitar. I love this. How could they just make this up in a day?
Now, by the way, that's pretty impressive.
Made up in a day.
You're saying there's 13 tracks on the record, and you did each one in a day.
Yeah, and I want to hear one of them now.
Oh, okay. Voice sounds good. Good cue. You're excited about a new record.
Why not?
Look at you.
You want to go out and perform
It's like you're
this?
20 years old. Why don't you go out and perform some of these
you want to go
songs?
out and perform this? You
What
want
are
to
you
be
doing?
back on stage?
I am performing it now on your show. Go.
I didn't know you danced. You sound good.
It's to heaven. Oh, yeah.
You're saying you made up the words as you went along.
Yeah. Yeah, it was...
Doesn't that lead to regrets, though? I mean, don't you go, maybe I should put more thought
You know what it's like? Improvisational theatre, improv, that I've heard about for years. You hear actors talking about it, and I always thought, I wonder what that'd be like, just making it up as you go along. And this is that.
You don't want to tinker with it at all while you're listening.
Well, no, because once you do it, I mean, that's it. The whole idea is that you're kind of dredging up something from your subconscious. And so then you're just going, okay, now what is this? And actually, a journalist the other day from Rolling Stone was, he read me back the lyrics to this one.
Yeah.
And it sounded like a poem. I'm going, wow, because I've never heard them. I just made it up. We cut it and pasted it. The producer did. And I just go, yeah, that sounds nice. It's a good record. But the lyrics are actually not bad.
Here to me is your best track on here. I mean, it was based on one album. Listen, this is good. Very good riff here. I like this. And I like your voice on this.
Highway.
Yes.
All right.
Very good.
Got too many highlights and a bite on the neck. Looking for some come around. What's that sound?
She had sex with Renee Zellweger to this song.
Come on. Looks like he was doing it right here.
Give it to her hard, right there. Wow.
That's good.
Howard, honestly.
Let me that's good. And the other one I really like is, and I'll play these all the way through later, but because I got limited time with you. Here's this is another one.
By the way, if my children are listening to this, don't listen to Howard.
Ever?
He can sometimes be a little vulgar. Don't grow up like this, children.
Oh, come on.
He's nice. He's lovable. But
you love him.
I do love him.
Let me ask you a question.
But not in that way.
Did you have to go to your daughter Stella? She was very vocal against you getting married to your previous wife. Did you have to go to her and say, honey, you were right?
No, we don't talk about stuff like that.
You don't with the kids?
You just get on with it. It's okay.
You got a better attitude than I do. Do you play Guitar Hero? Do you play any of these video games?
No.
You've seen any of these new movies?
I've seen them. Yeah, they're doing a Beatles one.
They are.
Yeah.
You're okay with that?
Can be quite cool. Yeah.
Yoko said okay. We'll do one of these. I would love to be at these
all
meetings.
said okay. Yeah. No, it's going to be pretty cool actually. I might learn to be a Beatle.
In the office, we were talking about how can you believe that they're still playing Beatles songs and young people are turned on to Beatles music?
Oh, my kids love it.
Did you ever dream in your
No, we didn't think we'd go beyond a couple of years. That was the truth, because nobody did in those days. So we just suddenly, after a couple of years, we were like, oh, we're just starting.
How about my daughter just finished, she just graduated college. She just finished a college class in the Beatles.
Yeah.
And loved it, like her favorite thing. Wow. Like a college class.
I know. It's amazing. Isn't it? Yeah. It
Paul,
really
you
is.
should let your kids grow up listening to Howard. I grew up listening to him, and look what happened.
Yeah, well, see? Children, take a look at this guy.
Paul, let me ask you
He's
something.
lovable.
Artie, this is Artie, Paul. Artie's struggling with drugs. You struggled with cocaine for a good year, right? True? When you were with the Beatles.
I didn't struggle.
I never heard that.
Yes,
never heard drugs
yes.
with him.
Paul
struggled.
Never heard drugs with him. He got arrested.
I was a young man, and that was part of the picture at that time. But I would advocate young people not to do it.
I know that.
It's no good, man.
Yeah, but how did you get off cocaine? You were addicted.
Were you?
I was not addicted. No,
you were addicted. You were on it for a year.
Honestly.
Everyone knows you were addicted. And why are you lying?
You didn't know you were addicted, but
you know what? I was actually very lucky because all this stuff is, as you know, and everyone knows in the world, the kids know particularly, it's a peer group thing.
Yes.
Suddenly it appears and somebody's doing it, and then you go, oh, I don't know. And you don't have the wisdom to sort of say, no, I can stand back from this.
But you tried heroin too.
No, not really.
Yes.
No,
What do you mean not really?
No, I didn't. Well, what happened was the same person I knew who had introduced me to coke. He did heroin, and he once sort of said to me, "Do you want to try it?"
Right.
And just the fear, I just said no.
Like snorting it, right? Or not?
Yeah,
no needles.
Yeah,
but John and Yoko got into it. Were you?
I understand they did, but that was not when I was with them, so I don't want to kind of say anything. That's I don't know.
Right.
No, but the good thing was that I kind of got really fed up of it. Because you can get easily fed up of it.
Yes.
Because it's a kind of.
Oh, really? Because I wasn't making a joke. I had read that for a year you did cocaine and you felt that you were addicted to it.
No, I wasn't addicted to it. No, I sort of did it because it was like the thing everyone did, at that time. But I was very lucky because it was actually just before it broke mainstream. So for that year, I just sort of did it and then went, oh, you know what, this is a mugs game. And I stopped it. And then, just about everyone I knew in the world, including lawyers, bankers, businessmen, everybody, the straight people, suddenly started being really heavy into it. So I was very lucky. I actually got out right there and then. And I said to kids, because a lot of people know